The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 269, being recorded on August 10th, 2019. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez. Jesus walks out today. I'm joined by my friend from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunny Chief Henley Merrill. Welcome back, Gunny. Welcome.
Yay! What's up? How are we this evening, gentlemen?
Doing mighty fine, sir. Doing mighty fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just playing with my wallpaper engine over here.
Okay.
It's fun.
Oh, okay. And from Vermont, I think.
Ohio? No, not
New
Ohio.
Hampshire.
Vermont or something, or New Hampshire. Somewhere up there in the northeast. Our friend, the Blaise Xperience, Derreck. Blaise, welcome, Blaise, welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back. It's been a while, but I'm glad we can make it work out.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming back on. Yeah, so you're in New Hampshire. What's in New Hampshire? What's New Hampshire known for?
Trees.
Okay. You're the first person I ever met from New Hampshire. It's kind of...
Well, I'm not technically from there originally. I'm from New York, but I moved to New Hampshire, so I've been living in New Hampshire for a couple of years now. But
Okay.
So honestly, I'm probably not the best person to ask about it, but it's pretty rural. There's not a whole lot around here. I mean, I'm pretty close to Boston, so Boston has stuff. But...
Hey, go Boston, huh?
Fuck Boston. Fuck Boston. I hate that.
So there's stuff to do there, but I mean...
How do you say car? Do you say car or car?
Car.
I just say car. I mean, I'm not indoctrinated into the Boston, mannerisms.
Car.
Yeah. Going to the bar.
Fuck Boston accents. I hate it. I hate them. I fucking hate them. Anyways, people, if you're from Boston, don't mind me. I don't like your accent, but you can still listen to the show. @_horriblegamers is our Twitter handle. You can go there @_horriblegamers. Leave us a review on iTunes. Make sure you head over to iTunes, people. If you have an Apple device, an iDevice, head on over there. Leave us a review because it's very helpful for us. We are now categorized under the leisure category under video games. So go there and leave us a review, all that good stuff. Thumbs up on Stitcher. You know what the fuck to do. Anyways,
just do it.
Facebook, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community is our close Facebook group. That means anyone who's outside of the group can't see what you post in the group. Only people that are part of the group can see your post. That means it doesn't flood your timeline with a bunch of video game nerd shit. For your family to see. Because your family is like, you still playing video games and you're old. Look, what are you doing with your life? But it's okay. It's okay. Our shit doesn't show up on your feed, so you're good. And you can leave us a review on there as well. In our Facebook page, Horrible Gamers Podcast. Go like that, all that good stuff. Patreon.com/Horrible Gamers is where you can go and support the show with the money. The monies! You put in your credit card number and Patreon takes your money and gives it to us every month. It's like magic. Right?
That's right.
Like
Exactly.
magic. How magic works. Our friend Jonathan Hall has done the magic. Alan Maybe does more magic. Evan Tanaka, John Jerome, Adam Sunday, Dirty Bite, Robbie Weed, David Snyder, Brian Capessa, The Mayo, Jonathan Arcelo, Pork Chop Poo, Bosa Sohn, Jesse Kraft, Henley M. Subater, Native Lives Matters. Thank you guys for supporting the show with the monies. And as we promised last week, I was going to draw a name. So I have all your names set into a random name picker on the website called randomlist.com.
Hey, that sounds made up.
Random name picker. All right. So every time I do this, guys, hold on. How the fuck do I go here? Let me, I'm going to share my screen, guys. Share.
All right, well, make sure you don't cheat then.
You guys can see my screen now, right?
Authenticity.
You guys see yourselves?
I see ourselves.
Okay, so we're going.
See us.
Oh, fuck. God damn it. Wrong one. All right. So you see the list here. All right. I got the people's names on there. And I'm going to click this 3 times. Or this rerun. I'm not going to even look. You guys need to read the name, all right? You see the name right here? All right, ready?
I'm going to put glasses on so I can see it.
2. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. 3. What's the name on the list?
John Jerome.
John Jerome! Woo! John Jerome! Woo! John Jerome, you won the giveaway for a $25 gift card of your choice. That means Steam, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. So you're going to hit up the mayo, right? Or mayo's going to hit you up, one of the two. He's going to ask you for your address. It's okay. I think you can trust the mayo with your address. I don't know. I mean, if he shows up to your house, we're not responsible for that.
Right. We don't take no responsibility whatsoever.
You could trust him with your address, I think, and then he's going to send you your gift card when you tell him what platform you want it for.
He might be more trustworthy than 2K, so.
Yeah, you might want him to show up instead of 2K games. But, yeah. Anyways, so John Jerome, congratulations. As you guys can see, I didn't cheat. It was no preference. The computer picked the name. I just put your names on the list. All your names were in there. And yeah, so thank you guys for supporting the show with the monies. We'll pick another winner next month for another $25 gift card and a Cyberpunk sticker. Woo!
Yay!
Yeah! Fuck yeah. Congratulations, John. Thank you for supporting the show with the monies.
Yay. We appreciate it.
Anyways, people, moving on here. All right, we're moving on here. We're moving on to our intro song. It's done by Fowler and Twistics. It's called The Breakout. Our outro song is done by Broker Free. It's called Night Owl. And I realize I'm still sharing my screen with you guys. I need to stop sharing. Stop sharing. All right. We're good now. Anyways. All right. We're good. And yeah, outro song done by Broker Free. It's called Night Owl. Anyways, we're going to go into video game talk now. And let's talk about what we've been playing this week. I've been playing some games, guys. Some games.
Good games?
Games.
Mobile games.
So, I don't know if I should talk about my big purchase this week first, or I should leave that for the end, Gunny. What do you think?
Save it. Save it. Is it something you were doing today? Because we were trying to talk to you.
I'm leading into this. What?
I was saying that I noticed you were very quiet in our little secret chat today. Is this something you purchased today?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday. But I got to use it today.
Sweet.
All right. First off. So yesterday I went to the store. Gunny. All right. And the store is called Video Only, Gunny. Have you heard of Video Only?
No.
Well, guess what they sell there? Guess what they sell at Video Only?
VHS cassettes?
Videos. TVs. So they sell TVs at Video Only, right? So like this dude, so I'm like, I want to buy a new TV, Gunny. I want to buy a new TV, right? So I'm shopping around for a new TV. And guess what kind of TV I want, Gunny? Guess.
Jeez. You want a black and white?
Maybe.
Okay. Oh, maybe a CRT?
Maybe.
Because you've already got the 4K.
I wanted a better 4K, Gunny. Damn it! So I'm over here and I'm shopping. I'm shopping for a TV, and then I'm looking at the LG. Right, I'm looking at the LG OLEDs, and my Best Buy had nothing. They had nothing but the most expensive OLED available for purchase and pickup, like yesterday. And you know me, if I'm buying something, I want it now, motherfucker. If I'm spending thousands of dollars on something, I want it in my hands as I'm walking out the store. You know what I mean?
I hear you. You don't want it shipped a week later.
I don't want it shipping to my house and leaving it in the door and it could get stolen or something. You know what I mean? Because they just leave it out
kicks
there.
It into the front.
Makes sense.
Yeah, some dude's tossing it on your door like he doesn't give a shit. Like, fuck this piece of shit TV's tossing it on your door. I don't want that. I want to walk out the store with the TV in my car and I could barely fit it in my car. I want to struggle with all that.
Strap it down with...
Yeah. You strap it to the top of your roof of your car or something. Anyways, so I was looking for the LG OLED, And so Best Buy had the 65-inch one, and I was like, oh, that's a little too big. I want the 55-inch one. And I went shopping around, and I couldn't find it, and I found it on Amazon for like $1,200. So I called Video Only because I had a friend of mine who shopped there, and he recommended it to me. So this actually worked. They got him to recommend it, and I went there. Because I called him and I talked to the manager, the sales manager at one of their stores, and I was like, hey, dude, look. I was like, I'm looking for the LG B8. That's last year's model. I was like, nowhere that I can see has them. Like, because they're last year's model, so they sold out of them, right? And he's like, well, I have a few of them. And I'm like, well, how much do you have it for? And he's like, well, I can't really talk prices on the phone. He was doing that shit. I go, I can't really quote you on the phone.
You have to come in.
And I was like, well, look, I told him straight up. I was like, look, I could buy it on Amazon right now for $1,200. So it's either you're going to sell it to me for near close to $1,200, or I'm walking out of your store without buying anything, and you're going to piss me off because I'm going to drive all the way over there like an hour. And then I'm going to walk out with nothing. You know what I mean? I'm going to be pissed.
Right.
So he was like, no. He was like, he's like, we're pretty good about price matching. And he even told me, he's like, where did you find it on Amazon? Like, who's the seller? And I thought it was Amazon, but it was being fulfilled by Amazon, and it was being sold by a third-party retailer or whatever. And so I go to the store, and the dude shows me, like, all the OLEDs. He shows me the new one, the C9 and the B8. The C8 and the B8. Which the C8 or the C9 or whatever. It's the New Year's 2019 model or whatever. And the B8 is the 2018 model. And then he showed me the Sony OLED, which is like some Sony, whatever the fuck it's called. It was a Sony OLED. That one was around, I think that one was around $1,800, but you had a $200 off gift card that you can apply to it right away, so you get it for $1,600 or whatever, or $1,500. And then the C9 or the B9 or whatever, the 2019 model OLED was about $300 more. It was $1,500. It was $1,600, but it was $100 off. And then the LG B8, the one that I was going to buy from Amazon, was $1,300. So he told me, he was like, look, I know you could buy it cheaper on Amazon, and you probably will want to. He was like, but I'll give you a 5-year warranty on this shit if you buy it from me. And I was like, well, I thought about it, and I'm like, well, 5-year warranty? I was like, because I've done all the math, right? I've been to Best Buy. I've seen all their warranty, the cost. And Best Buy, like, for a 5-year warranty, it's like $400, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They really charge it. Yeah, so I was like, fuck. I was like, all right. I was like, I'll just buy it from him and get the warranty. And I ended up buying the last year's model over the New Year model, because the main difference between the last year's and this year's model is the processor is a little bit different. It's just a newer processor. But as far as the screen, pretty much everything is the same. You know what I mean? So, like, there wasn't really much of a difference to go with $300 more for a better processor when I'm really going to be using like a PlayStation or my PC connected to it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be using it to watch TV or whatever necessarily. So I ended up getting the OLED, Gunny. And I bought a new TV yesterday. Woo!
Purchase. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I came home. I set it all up. That thing is super thin, dude. It's like thinner than my fucking phone. It's kind of scary when you're pulling it out of the box. Because it's really fucking thin, dude. It's kind of scary. Like, what the fuck?
That's one thing I noticed about, like, the LGs. Like, you could damn near just slide that thing under a door.
Yeah, they're fucking thin. The thing is that, like, they do have like a little bump in the back, like down near the bottom. That's where like all the HDMI inputs are and shit. But as far as like the top of the screen and around the edges, it looks really fucking thin, dude. It's kind of crazy looking. And shout out to Iams, because he really helped me pick out the TV. Because I was talking to Iams and Brink. I was like, look, guys, I want a new TV. I know that I have a 4K TV, but it's not as good as it could be. You know what I mean? Like, I know it could get better. And I noticed a lot of the times when I'm watching stuff on my old TV, when it would be really dark on the screen, or even when I was playing games, you know how, because Vizio, those TVs, a lot of LED TVs are edge lit, so there's lights coming in from the edges. So a lot of times during dark scenes, you would see the bleed in from the light, you know, on the edges. And I just didn't like that. It pissed me off. The blacks would sometimes piss me off. It wasn't really black or whatever. Like, it didn't look black. It looked kind of grayish. And, like, you could see kind of like little squares on the screen. It was fucking weird. And this one, dude, it's like, holy shit. Wow. Man, I ended up playing...
knows his TVs. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. I ended up playing Spider-Man last night after I calibrated it all and everything, set the, you know, all the settings that I wanted on there. I even went to, like, a few websites, Reddit and shit, and ratings. And I set a bunch of the calibration settings. And I ended up launching Spider-Man because I recently played Spider-Man in my other TV. You know, it looked really incredible on my other TV, but in this TV, dude, I was like, holy shit! Like this looks even better than I thought it could look. Wow!
You know, you should do next. You should see how Red Dead looks on that.
Oh, I should buy Red Dead on the PlayStation just to see how good it looks. But yeah, man, like I was just blown away by how amazing it fucking looked. And I was like, fuck, man, like this, it really is a game changer. OLED, guys, is a fucking game changer. It's just like, wow, dude. And then actually ended up watching a little bit of that movie, Dunkirk, last night. Was it Dunkirk? Yeah, that Dunkirk movie. I ended up watching a little bit of it. I watched like the beginning part of that movie. And it looked like it was like right there, dude. You know what I mean?
I bet.
Like you could just put your hand in there. Like, hey, dudes. It looks fucking. It was crazy, man. And like, it was just incredible to see like how dark the TV really gets. Because like I was pitch black. You know, I was like 3 a.m. I was kind of drunk. So I'm like sitting here trying. Oh, I want to set on my new TV. I'm fucking with it and shit. But it was pitch black in my room, and I turn on the movie, and I'm sitting here, and I'm like, oh, I want to watch a movie, and I turn it on. And, like, you know how, like, the movie's really quiet at first, and, like, next thing you know, the gunshots started happening. I was like, oh, shit. Like, I was like, whoa. I was just fucking blown away, dude. I was just having a blast. And I fucking love this TV. So that's my big purchase this week, guys. A new OLED. Yeah, fuck yeah. And some of you may be thinking, well, why the fuck did you buy a TV instead of, like, a monitor? Because fuck that, dude. I could hook up my PC to my TV now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And just play games on my TV through my PC with the controller. That's why.
Man, I want to know maybe next week, or you can let us know how Madden looks. I want to know how that
should
looks.
hook it up, huh? Yeah, because I bought like a 10-foot long HDMI, like the big long cables, just so I can hook it up. Because my PC's all the way over here, the TV's all the way over there. But I could run that cable just from my PC to my TV and just run it and see how it looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have to imagine Madden would look really good. Like you probably
It probably looks like a real football game.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah. And yeah, then the TV, it's incredible, dude. Like, it has, like, that magic remote. They call it the magic remote. There's, like, a little pointer on it. It has a little wheel on it. It's really fucking good, man. And honestly, like, I was surprised how cheap I was able to get the TV for. Like I said, I only paid, like, $1,300 for it, man. It's kind of a steal. You know what I mean? And right now, like I said, they have some on Amazon. If you're interested in buying one, they have them on Amazon for, like, $1,200. And that's a really cheap price. Because I think Iams ended up paying, like, for his... He bought it last year. I think he actually bought the 65-inch model. But he ended up paying, like, $1,900 for it.
But don't you only get them for, like, maybe a 2-year warranty? But you said you got a 5?
Yeah, usually you get them for, like... They have a 1-year manufacturer's warranty through LG. But, usually you can pay, like, extra warranty through whatever company you buy from. Whether it's Best Buy or Target or whoever. Usually they could offer you a protection plan. But I ended up getting, like, a 5-year protection plan for free. So, fuck yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And the dude told me, he's like, well, look, man, he's like, they're not going to replace your TV if you, like, punch it and break it.
Let my kid draw crayons.
Yeah, he's like, if you throw, like, your Xbox controller to the TV, we're not going to replace it. He was like, but, like, but if, like, the TV just stops working on you one day, like, it just, like, or it burns in, or something happens where the TV stops functioning like it's supposed to, it's like, you just call this number, and they'll send a technician to your house, and if they can't fucking fix it, they'll either cut you a check for how much the TV cost you, or they'll call me and ask me how much do I have the TV on sale for, and they'll give you a check for the same TV so you can come down here and buy a new one.
See, that's what I'm going to do. I think
deal,
my next purchase is because I did have an LG. It was a smaller model, but it wasn't like an OLED or anything like that. So when I did buy my Sony OLED, I considered that. I was like, I don't know, because then if I can't get a good warranty for past a year, but now I know that, I just need to talk to the right people and
definitely, man. Like I said,
different sellers.
I didn't think this store was gonna be able to match Best Buy's like deals, and they actually were able to. Like, the dude even told me, he's like, look, man, he's like, a lot of people don't know about us. A lot of people don't like shopping with us because we seem kind of like a small retailer. And he was like, but we'll beat anyone's prices. You know what I mean? And I was like, well, you sure? And then, like, the dude didn't try to upsell me. That's what I really liked about him. Like, I went in there and I told him, look, I'm looking for this TV. I'd called him and told him, and when I showed up, he directly took me to that TV. He didn't try to, like, go to, like, take me to, like, see, like, Samsung or the QLEDs or anything like that. You know what I mean? He even told me, he's like, look, this is this TV. There's a new model for this year, and there's the Sony that we have on sale, too. Pick one. And I was like, all right. Like, he didn't like try to sell me another bullshit TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or try to tell me like sell me like a $3,000 TV or something or whatever. He didn't try to do that. And I was like, I appreciate that, dude. Like you were straight up with me. And that's why I bought the TV. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I like the Sony, Gunny. The Sony was really loud. Like, it was fucking loud as shit.
Yeah, like I kind of switch back and forth between either the straight up TV speakers that are inside the screen, or I have a sound bar here that's an LG actually.
That's what he told me. He was
or I'll switch.
He told me
depends on the movie.
He was like the LG has the speakers, like a regular TV has speakers. He was like, but the Sony one, it plays through the screen.
It's weird. Yeah, you look at it, you're like, where's this? It kind of messes with your head a little bit because you're like, where's the speakers at? Are they hidden?
Your TV has a little like block thing on the back, right? It looks like a little like a radiator thing or something in the back
does,
of your TV. Yeah. That's what he told me. He was like, that's the only difference between the LG and this is like the Sony one has like this big block thing on the back. And I was like, huh, that's kind of interesting. But he was like, that's where the speakers are. I was like, okay. But that's pretty trippy, man. The TV was loud as shit, that Sony one. And I'm pretty sure it's probably like similar to the one you had, Gunny, whichever one you have. I don't know which one. But the reason I went with the LG was because LG is actually rated the best for video games, and it has the best reviews on the OS and all that shit. Because the Sony is based on an Android software.
Oh, yeah, that's what I do have on here. And it updates frequently. But yeah, watching The Boys this week on it, on like the OLED, it looks amazing.
Dude, I need to rewatch that now. Fuck yeah, The Boys. The Boys, people, #1 watch show on Amazon now.
I think I'm on episode 5.
See, that is #1, the most watched TV show on Amazon. And it's
I've heard about that, but I haven't seen it yet.
Fucking crazy. If you have Amazon Prime, Blaise, I suggest you watch it.
I don't right now, but I did watch what you actually talked about a couple shows ago, I believe, Chernobyl. That was really, really good.
Yeah, on HBO, yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was pretty, like, that thing was gruesome, dude. Just the faces all burnt and you're like, oh, fuck.
It's one of the best shows I've ever seen, though. If people haven't checked that out yet, definitely check it out. It's only like 6 episodes.
And
it's not that bad.
And you know what's crazy, like, Blaise, what I was thinking the whole time is, like, this should happen, like, 30 years ago. Like, it wasn't that long ago.
Not that long ago, yeah.
No.
And these guys were like all these, like, they were this ignorant 30 years ago. Like, what the fuck's going on? But yeah. Anyways, enough TV talk, people. I know you people are like, what the fuck, Jesus? You should have bought a new PC or something. You should have bought that new graphics card, Jesus. Anyways. So I played. I played besides that. I played some Apex Legends. Some more of that. I'm still grinding through the season. I'm level 30 something now. Mayo's definitely beat me at this point. He like jumped ahead of me, dude. Way ahead of me. He's like level 40 in the battle pass or something like that. I'm like level 32 or something. And so he's way ahead of me now. He's jumped ahead of me. And even on like basic level, he jumped ahead of me. Like on the character level. So much he's played. And yeah. So
I know he has a question later about, but he has taken the night off. And I know he's got a question about the battle pass later on.
Yeah. So I played some of that. What else did I play this week? I played some Apex Legends, a little bit more Madden. I've been trying to get into the Madden Ultimate Team, but it's hard, dude. I get matched with these guys that are obviously paying to win. Like they're paying for the card packs. Because they have such good fucking players, and my players can't stand a chance.
Hey, Jesus, I was at work this week, and I was thinking, I might have been listening to another podcast or something, but a question came to mind, and that was, could you just buy, like, let's just say, like, maybe an experiment where could you buy Madden 20 and then, or 19, and then get in there, not open any card packs, like, what would be your chances of winning? Could you still have wins under your belt with that? Or it would just be for just the game and not so much like multiplayer, versus mode. You know what I mean? Like if you just went in vanilla game
and played Ultimate Team?
Yeah, or something, but not opened any packs, or is that just part of it? You have to open the packs.
You kind of have to. I mean, you win the packs.
I think you get free packs when you start out too, don't you?
Yeah, you
get,
do.
like, free packs when you
Yeah,
start
like
out?
if you ever played another Madden before and you've had your EA account linked, they'll be like, "Oh, we'll give you a veteran pack or whatever," and they give you like one free card, and then they'll be like,
Right.
"Oh, for buying Madden last year, you get an extra pack this year or whatever." Or for buying the old. But what I like is that, like I said last week on the show, is that I got that EA Premiere on the PC, and they automatically they boost you up to like the Ultimate Edition of the game. So I ended up getting like the Madden. I think it's called Madden Ultimate Edition. And then I'm getting that, and like that thing comes with like 50 packs to open right off the bat. So like people pay for that on the Xbox and on the PlayStation. They pay like $100 or more bucks, dude. Like $125 for that edition of the game. That's like 2 copies of the game, standard edition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They pay that
And what's
just
crazy
to get
is those same
packs.
people
'Cause I
probably
guess-
do that every single year. They probably do that for every single Madden.
And they probably pay into the game even more once they unpack all the packs. They probably pay even more money to get more packs. It's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, I guess that's the shitty part about just being on consoles, right?
Yeah, you could.
Because now you can do it on the PS4. I did see that today, where I was like, "Oh yeah, EA Access is a thing on PlayStation now."
Yeah, I mean, you do get a discount if you're part of EA Access. You get like a 10% discount for digital purchases. So I guess you do get like a little bit of a discount. But you're still going to lose a lot of money doing that.
It's not
shit,
much
buying
because it's all
packs.
these different transactions you have to make, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. Yeah, because you don't buy the packs straight up with money. You buy currency to buy the packs in the game. You know what I mean? You buy like this cash, this Madden cash. Not them. You use that Madden cash to pay for the packs in game, but it's always offset. It's kind of like how back in the day Microsoft used to have Microsoft points for purchases. Well, they never sold you enough points to buy what you're going to buy. You always had to buy extra fucking points or another fucking card or something. You know what I mean? You had to do some funky shit to buy like enough points. And you were always left over with like 100 points or 200 points. So when you wanted to buy something else, you were like, oh, well, I only need to spend this much money for this many points.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
tactic.
you would always end up spending more money without really thinking about it. But that's how Madden does it too with their packs. You always get left over with like you have like 300 Madden cash left over, but you only need 100 more to buy this pack. But what if you buy the $200, like the 200 Madden cash pack or whatever? Like it's They get you like that, dude. They trick you. But yeah, so I play a little bit more of that. Madden looks incredible. Yeah, it looks great. If you're a fucking sports fan, if you like football or of any kind. Madden is good, so play that, people. I don't know if I was
I am a sports fan and all, but I've just never been good at the Madden games. I mean, for whatever reason, I was always better at the like the 2K games back in the day.
Oh, those were good.
Yeah, like back in the day, I was actually decent at those games, but unfortunately, they don't exist anymore. So the Madden games, I just never could get a thing of them. I mean, I know the NHL games. I'm actually not bad at the NHL games. That's probably the one I'm best at out of the sports games, is NHL.
NHL is really fun. Every time I do.
Did you play that?
All I do in those games in the NHL ones is run around and hit people with the stick on their legs, and then it like triggers the fight.
Right.
They turn around, like they drop their stick on the ground, and like press RT, and LT to fucking fight him, and you just punching him in the face. I love that shit that they have that in those games. You start to fight with people. Yeah.
I want to say those are Derek. Those are. There might be a couple on the Game Pass, but also EA does give out free demos without even having EA access on Xbox.
Huh.
Oh, interesting.
The NHL games, yeah.
And there's probably some on Game
Good to know,
Pass, or
thanks.
not on Game Pass, but they're probably in the EA vault. You know what I mean, like last year's games or whatever for the NHL.
Yeah, see, I can't even remember the last time I bought an EA game just because I know how predatory EA is.
Oh,
I try not
super.
to give them any money.
Yeah.
So
They're super fucking stupid. Fuck you, EA. Anyways, moving on to some more news that I played this week. I actually ended up buying Skyrim VR because I wanted a good VR game. And I haven't gotten into it because I had to download a huge patch for it. It was like fucking like, oh, you gotta download a 10 gig patch or something. I was like, fuck, okay, no, not playing this. So I still need to get into that. I want to get into that and play it. Because Skyrim VR is probably the biggest game on the PlayStation VR. You know what I mean? It's probably the biggest, most immersive.
yeah,
Like, big,
I'd have
just
to
big,
imagine
big
that's a
world.
lot of fun too. Like if they did it right, it has to be a lot of fun. I would say.
It is because people like you can like you're riding your horse and like you get a different perspective. Like when you ride a horse in Skyrim, it's kind of lame. You're like, this is fucking like it's lame. When it's 2D, it's lame, but when you're in the game and you're riding a horse, bless you, you're on top of the horse and you can like as you're riding the horse, you feel like you are on top of a horse. And as you're riding past people, you're looking down on people like you would in real life if you're on a fucking horse. You know, you're up above people.
Right.
And it kind of gives you that sense of like Mayo said last week when he was playing the racing game, how it like people don't realize it until you're in the VR that like the sense of 3D-ness is there. Like you see the dashboard, you see the steering wheel is coming out of the dashboard. You feel like you're in a car. That's how it is in Skyrim VR, where you feel like you're in this world and you're just walking around and there's like dragons and giants and wizards and all kinds of shit, you know? And it's all there. It's just like, it's the base game. It's all there. And I actually think they include all the DLC for free in that version of the game. So you have like the DLC to build a house and get married and have kids and all that shit.
That's
You
cool.
have the other DLC. I forget what the other one was called. You have all the DLCs in this game as well. They're just part of it. They're just part of the base package or whatever. So there's that. Unfortunately, that other Bethesda game never came to the PlayStation. That Fallout 4 VR or Fallout 3 VR. Which one was it? 4 or 3? I don't know. They were gonna do one in VR, and I think it was 4, but I don't think it
Probably
ever
was the latest one.
I don't think it ever came to the PlayStation. I think it only came to the Oculus on PC.
Oh, maybe it was Fallout 4. Wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think it was like a couple E3s ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember they came out like on the Xbox stage and they were talking about, oh, we're so excited to work with the lead developers on VR and we're gonna bring out Fallout for VR. And I think they brought it to the PC, but I'm not 100% sure if it's the full game. Maybe it's just like a little experience thing, you know what I mean? Like a little like demo for it.
Probably.
But Skyrim is Skyrim. Like you're you're there, dude. And I'm so excited to go back into that world with the new perspective. You know, like you're in the world. It's different, man. It's different.
Since we're kind of on that topic, I'm kind of curious what you think, Jesus. Are you kind of worried at all for Elder Scrolls 6 with like all the troubles Bethesda's had lately? Like, do you think they'll actually be able to pull it off, or do you think they're going to have a lot of issues like they have lately?
Oh no, I think they're gonna have a lot of issues, man. I think they're gonna have a lot of bugs. I think they're gonna have a lot of. Rumor has it they're working on a new engine for it. Like they have a new engine built for the new Elder Scrolls. I don't believe that's the truth though. Knowing Bethesda, they probably tweaked their current engine that they have for Fallout 4 and stuff, and they probably just tweaked it enough to like call it a new engine. But I don't think it's a completely new revamped thing. You know what I mean? So I think it's still going to be played with all the usual Bethesda glitches, all the usual problems, and hopefully the game is good enough where like people like it. But I think
it just has me worried because I know that new Wolfenstein game came out. Like a lot of people are saying that's shit. So
yeah, people were saying it's bad, but I've actually played that this week. Let's move on to that.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, I actually played that a little bit with the Mayo this week. I actually ended up getting into co-op. And I'm telling you right now, on PC, trying to play with a friend, trying to add somebody on the Bethesda net launcher, it is the worst fucking experience you could ever think of, dude. It is fucking beyond stupid. It is beyond stupid. I don't even know how they came up with this design of this fucking launcher. But to add somebody, right? So what Mayo had to do is he had to download the trial version of the Wolfenstein, what the fuck is it? For Youngblood. He had to download the trial version of that. I have the deluxe edition. So I go and I launch the game. He launched the game. And in the game, I have to search, like I have to host lobby. And then when it says invite friends, because I have no friends, so it shows a blank list. Then I have to go to like find friend. I type find friend. Then I have to go and search for friend. Search for friends. Then I have to type his gamer tag exactly how he has it on the Bethesda launcher. So I put the Mayo. And he popped up and I put add friend. So he has to accept my friend request in the game. So if he's not in the game, he won't get that request at all. So he has to have the game open. He has to accept my friend request. And then he has to accept my invite. And I'm like, this is such bullshit. Like, who designed this fucking...
And this is for, like, that buddy pass they did?
Yeah, on the PC. Like, I'm like, who designed this launcher thing? Like, what is this shit? What is Bethesda living in, like, 1940s? What is going on here? Like...
It's not the best launcher,
It
that's
is
for sure.
bad.
Launcher fatigue. Ugh.
You know, they might have done that on purpose, though, because, I mean, with the Buddy Pass, they're essentially giving away, like, access to somebody to play for free. So they're probably like, well, you want to play for free? Fine, you have to do all this.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, Blaise, like even for, like, the Elder Scrolls Online, say I buy that game on Bethesda Net, right, their launcher. I buy it on their launcher. I don't buy it on Steam. I buy it through them. Well, if I wanted to play that with friends, I'm pretty sure to add friends on there, on, like, the Elder Scrolls, I'd have to add them the same way. I have to, like, launch the game, go into a lobby with them or something, search for their name in the lobby, and try to add them as friends. It would be a bitch. Like, I would never find friends. Like, it is ridiculous. And then the only way, like, Mayo, like it said in the game, the only way the people will pop up in the list of, like, if you, like, say if, like, right now I go in Bethesda Net, I launched Youngbloods, and I would search the Mayo, and he wasn't online, and I wasn't his friend, his name wouldn't pop up. It just doesn't show that he exists. It's like, nope, he's not on, so he doesn't exist. Like, he has to be on for, like, the list to populate his name and me be able to send a friend request. It's ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's really bad, but we were able to figure it out at least. And we got to play a few I think we got to beat the first mission, which is the blimp. So you, like, pretty much it starts off the story where it shows, like, the two sisters. One of them is hunting with the dad, and the other one's boxing with the mom, and they're being trained for some reason. And then some stupid shit where the dad ends up lost, and they're talking blah blah blah, and then somehow the sisters and the fucking daughter of the other FBI lady steal an FBI helicopter. Somehow they steal an FBI helicopter. Don't ask how. Somehow these teenagers steal a helicopter from the FBI and go to Germany or France. They fly all the way to France in a helicopter and somehow get on a fucking blimp of a general of the Nazi army. Somehow.
You know what it is, Jesus? They must have been Naruto owners.
I don't know, man.
Hey, their father trained them.
I guess. The thing is, like...
Go, BJ.
And the weird thing is, like, the first mission of the game is, like, they're, like, sitting there and, like, oh, we're scared. What do we do? And, like, they're all scared to, like, kill the first Nazi that they see, right? And then you just shoot the Nazi right away. And they're laughing about it. They're like, ha, ha. They're just fucking laughing. Like, oh, we killed the Nazi. Fuck yeah. And they're all celebrating. And the next thing you know, for the next 5 minutes, you kill, like, 50 Nazis. And it's like, well, it's kind of weird. You go from, like, never killing anyone to, like, being happy about killing your first Nazi. And now you just kill, like, a fucking platoon of Nazis. You know, it's kind of like, it reminds me of Tomb Raider. Remember Tomb Raider, the reboot? Where, like,
oh, yeah. Remember that part.
In the beginning, Lara Croft was all crying because she had to kill that one dude with her pickaxe or whatever. She's all fucking crying. And by the end of the game, you, like, murder all the island. It's pretty much that. But with, like, this happens, like, in the first mission. You kill, like, everyone on a blimp. Literally, you blow up a fucking blimp at the end of the mission. You killed probably at least 300 Nazis in that fucking blimp. You kill everyone on there. And it's crazy. They have these fucking stupid upgrades. You get these upgrades that help you, like, better weapon handling, better armor, better this, better that, better sneaking. I don't really like the AI in the game. They're kind of dumb, but they, like, throw too many of them at you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, you can tell the AI is not very smart when they're coming after you, when they're shooting at you. Even the big guys, the big armored guys, they're coming at you. You know, they're, like, rushing, they straight rush at you. They're not being very tactical. But it's not about that. Like, they'll still kill you because there's just so many of them. It's like they didn't know how to make a smart AI, so they said, how do we fix that problem? Oh, how about
it's
we
like
just,
a World War Z with Nazis, basically?
Make a bullet sponges?
Yeah,
and just
how about we just, like, throw a bunch of them at you? Yeah, like, pretty much we're just gonna... And they spawn behind you, like, if... Like, there was a few times in the game where, like, the Mayo would go way ahead of me, and he would be, like, at the door that we had to go through to get to the next section. And I was still in the back, kind of looting, like... Because there's these little coins you loot to upgrade your character. So you find these coins everywhere. They're literally everywhere. They're just scattered all around the map. And, you know, they have tons of rooms in these maps, and whatever you're going through these areas, they have lots of rooms and hidden areas and hidden shit, like hidden magazines and like Wolfenstein, they have those hidden things in the game. So you're fighting all these collectibles and shit. But like all of a sudden, some dude was standing there with the shotgun shooting at me. I'm like, where the fuck did you come from? We just cleared this whole area. And so apparently they do spawn behind you. Like if you don't keep moving forward with your buddy, they just spawn more enemies randomly to try to like keep you moving in the game. I'm not a big fan of that. Weird. It's kind of stupid, but whatever. And it's just kind of, it's Wolfenstein, but it doesn't really feel like Wolfenstein to me because there's these two girls. To me, I'm used to Wolfenstein being like BJ Blazkowicz, like this fucking rough dude, you know what I mean? Like just fucking the Billy.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I've heard a lot. Like, I'm not a big Wolfenstein guy, but for people that like are big Wolfenstein fans, they've basically said it doesn't feel like a classic Wolfenstein to them.
It doesn't. Like, it feels kind of weird. It feels like they're trying to go over like this, like cheerful two sisters that are like they're kind of scared of doing this, but they're doing it for their dad type thing. But they kind of go from like 0 to 100 real quick, and it's kind of weird. But yeah.
How did you find the map too? Because I know a lot of people are complaining about the map. There's no like actual map. You only have the mini map, and that's it. A lot of people are complaining about that.
Yeah, you only have the mini map. It's kind of a bitch to navigate. It is. Because like for like a few times, like I said, the levels that you're in, they're very fucking detailed. Like they have a lot of rooms you can go in and hide, and like I said, a lot of collectibles, right? So like the first area me and the Mayo went through, it was like the engine compartment of the blimp. So we're going through them, we're like boom, 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 we're shooting the Nazis, and at first we were trying to be sneaky, and like me and the Mayo, I was like Mayo, you just want to shoot these guys. And he's like, yeah, I kind of just want to shoot these guys. I'm like, well, fuck it. Let's just shoot these guys. Because at first we were trying to be all sneaky and sneak up behind them and throw the axes at them and kill them with the axes. But I'm like, it feels kind of like not right to like be sneaking in this game. It doesn't feel like it's a sneaking game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's not stealthy.
Let's just pull out our fucking guns and shoot these guys. Just fuck them. We're going to sound the alarm and we're just going to kill everyone till the alarm goes off. And that's what we did. But next thing you know, the Mayo's like, yeah, I'm at the door. I'm like, what door? And he's like, the door we're supposed to go down. And I'm like, how do I get to you? He's like, I don't know.
Is there a ping system? No ping system.
Just follow the dot on your mini map. And I had to legitimately like a maze, follow the dot on my little mini map to try to get to them. Like, that's fucking crazy. So there's that too. The game runs pretty well though. I would give it that. It runs really good on a PC. It runs at 144 frames a second. They have the limit. The maximum frames per second you can get in the game is 1,000 apparently. That's what you can lock it at 1,000.
Damn. All right.
So there's that. But I have it locked to 145 on mine, and then the game was running wonderful. It was running pretty solid at that, and it was all on ultra or whatever, pretty high settings. Looks good, runs good, kind of fun. I mean, it's killing Nazis. I mean, how is that not fun? You know,
is it something you think you'll like want to finish, or
maybe? I kind of regret.
Sure yet, huh?
I kind of regret buying it. Like I really kind of do. Like it's the first time that I spent $30 on something, and I'm like, maybe I should have like bought like 30 McChickens with that money or something. Maybe I would have got like a better value out of that. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
question for you.
Yeah.
That's not good odds.
Watched a few streams, and this is not, don't take this as sexist, people, please, but just randomly watching some streams, it's in that first person view. Mm-hmm. I've noticed like the sisters, like their arms just seem too extra skinny. Is that something you notice as well?
Yeah, their arms are like alien. It looks like an alien's holding the guns.
They do. I was like, why are their arms like that? It
looks bizarre. Right. Yeah, you're right. You're completely right.
That's probably something you could probably, forget over time. You just, shoot zombies. But
you just see the gun after a while. But like, yeah, you're right. At first, I was like, this. I noticed that Gunny right away. I was like, this is kind of like funny looking.
But at least something like that doesn't affect your gameplay. Like, no. I think, that map thing would really get on my nerves because what I've heard from some people is that, like, at some points in the game, there's, like, different levels where you have to go, like, up or down a level. Yeah. And all you have is the marker on your map. So you don't know whether you have to go up or you don't know where you have to go down. Like, all you have is the marker. You have no idea where to go. There was a part in the blimp
that was like that. We had we go to the door and there's, like, this fucking door and I'm like, Mayo, we can't go through this. Like, it looks like a hatch. I'm like,
Right.
Are we supposed to open this? And he's like, yeah, that's where the marker is. I'm like, no, dude. I'm like, we can't open this mail. And we're shooting at it. We're like, we're going to just alert more guards. I'm like, this isn't working for us. Like, what do we do? And then finally, like, I like jump up this crate and jump up to the top. And I'm like, oh, up here, Mayo. And he's like, where are you? I'm like, up here. And then I like run back and shoot at him for him to like realize, oh, he's up there. And he like climb up. And then it was just like a fucking like, you were like a monkey just jumping like to like platform to platform.
Awesome.
It was kind of weird. And it was like, you were just platforming like to these different like levels, and you kept going up on the blimp. And we're like, this is kind of like a weird design. Like, it doesn't tell you, like, there's no indication of going up or down. There's like, usually some games, if they have a marker where you need to go up, they have it designed in a way where like the marker is designed to show you have to go up. Like, they either put a line above it or a little arrow that shows up to like signify like, hey, you got a platform up. This game doesn't. It just shows you the marker on your minimap.
Or you at least have like a larger map, so you can kind of look at the larger map and be like, oh, okay, it's up there.
Yeah, no, this game just doesn't have that. So it's just like, you kind of have to like, they do this thing kind of like most games, like it's like Uncharted and Tomb Raider, where they do highlight ledges with like a yellow thing, like either
right,
a yellow,
like Far Cry does that.
a yellow rope or like a yellow rag or something. They do have those like on the ledges, but it's very hard to notice. Very hard to notice because the game is really dark. And even when me and Mayo were playing, me and Mayo were like, dude, this is really dark. And Mayo was like, yeah, like I need to adjust my brightness settings on my PC, dude. He was like, it's really dark in here. And the game was like, press F to turn on your flashlights. And we're like, well, that's great, but like if you're trying to platform, dude, like it's really hard to be pointing your flashlight at something and try to run at it and grab onto that ledge. You know what I mean? It's kind of tricky.
Right.
And we were kind of having troubles with that. And it's hard to kind of gauge the distance when you're using the flashlight to like how far you have to jump or how to time it. And it was just kind of tricky doing that. And me and him were having troubles with that brightness stuff because we're like, dude, this is fucking dark and you can't really tell where you're supposed to jump. So yeah.
We need to get the Fallout team on this game and fix those bugs.
Fallout has more bugs than this game. Man, fuck that. Fucking Fallout.
That would add bugs to it.
Yeah, they would break the game. The game is unplayable now, guys. Sorry, we broke it. Yeah, but I mean, I started playing a little bit of Wolfenstein Youngbloods. The game is alright. I mean, it's fun. It's fun killing Nazis. The voice acting is okay. I don't like the way the blonde girl sounds. The blonde girl, she doesn't sound like a blonde girl should sound.
How should a blonde girl sound?
Not
I'm over
like
here
her.
talking about arms, and you're over here talking about voices. What's
It
up?
just doesn't. It doesn't sound like she sounds funny. It doesn't sound like she's a young teenage girl. Sounds like a weird old lady talking in a teenage girl's body. Like they gave her like this really like really deep voice, and then her sister has like a weirder voice. They just sound really weird. Whoever did the voices for these characters, I don't think they did a very good job. I'm sorry if you're the people, if you're listening to this, people who did the voices for the Blazkowicz sisters. I'm sorry, but you didn't nail the voice acting. You could have done a better job, I think. Yeah.
That sucks.
Fair enough.
They just sound funny to me. I don't know. Maybe you just gotta watch a cutscene, guys, with like the girls talking, and like some of it kind of works, but then all of a sudden you're like, that sounds really dumb. And the way they laugh, they gave him like this like. I kind of get what they were trying to go for, but they gave him like this stupid laugh that was like, like the way they laugh is just fucking dumb. You're like,
Yeah, that would sound bad.
why are you laughing like that? What the fuck is wrong
You
with
sound
you?
like Fat Albert. What's up?
Yeah, like you dumbass. What the fuck? Like I don't know. I guess they were trying
Although
to make it
I guess
unique.
in their defense, though, like I mean, in defense of the voice actors, like it could have just been based on the direction they were given. Maybe they were directed to sound that way. So like we don't know what happened behind the scenes. Maybe the developers just didn't know what they wanted. So you never know.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe the directors just didn't know how to direct them correctly and get them to voice act how they wanted them to sound. But I don't know, man. It was a little off for me.
So what I've been hearing, Jesus, is that one of the main things is that it doesn't have those moments like in the last game where, you know, it's just these like really good, amazing moments in Far Cry Youngblood.
You mean Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein, sorry. And so, I mean, is that something else where you feel like after you've reached that platform and gotten to the end and killed all the Nazis, is it satisfying in that?
Yeah, the blimp blew up,
been...
motherfucker. We blew up the blimp. What's more satisfying than that? We blew that shit up.
Good.
It's pretty satisfying, in my opinion.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, you blow up a fucking blimp full of Nazis and you kill the general. That sounds pretty good to me. But yeah, I know you're probably talking about like shit like for example,
maybe story wise.
Yeah, that's what you're probably talking about. And I haven't got into the story to tell you if those moments are there or not. I know you're probably talking about like Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. They have a level. There's a mission. Spoilers, everyone, if you haven't played it. I mean, go play it on Game Pass. It's there. So there's a level in there where you, as Blaise Xperience, get caught by the Nazis. You are caught. Like, they fucking arrest your ass. They catch you. They, like, trap you and they set you up and they catch you. And, like, you're walking through there and you're being woken up out of a cell and they're dragging you out of your cell and they're dragging you to, like, a courthouse and you're seeing, like, all these pictures of Hitler and fucking Nazi flags and everything's red and, like, tons of Nazis are there. Like, all the Nazis in the country are fucking watching you. And you're in a courtroom and you're in trial and you're sitting there and you're standing there like they have you tied down and you're standing there and like BJ Blaise Xperience, you know, Billy, the whatever they call him Billy in the game. The Nazis call him Billy. Billy, you're being accused of killing blah 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 so many Nazis on the Reich and all this shit. And then they're like, we sentence you to death, public execution or something like that. And then like in that scene what you do as BJ Blaise Xperience is like you don't realize it at first, but you could press the triggers on your controller and he starts like moving his arms a little bit. Next thing you know, he rips out of his fucking like restraints and like just kills like all the Nazis in the room.
I watched half
just
of that
murders everyone in the fucking courtroom. Like you kill the judge, you kill everyone, the prosecutors, your lawyer, you kill everyone in the fucking courtroom. You know what I mean? It's just like a fucking bloodbath. But all it is in the game is like a dream sequence. Like next thing you know, when you finish that level, you wake up and you're really in the courtroom or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It was all like a dream he had, like this fucking fantasy of him like breaking out and killing everyone. So it's like levels like that in the game that make the game super unique and super interesting. And even in the first game, they had levels like that too in the first game, Gunny. What was it in the first game? They had something in the first game where like it was kind of like a stupid dream sequence too. That was kind of like, whoa, this is pretty nuts, but it's kind of cool.
They had some killer boss battles in that first one.
One funny thing that I did find in this game, because it's based in like the 80s, so like the Nazis won the war. It's kind of like this weird like Nazis won the war, but America still exists. But the Nazis, they pretty much control Europe. Like they didn't never invaded America. Like in this story now, they like kind of invaded America, but only took some of it, and they left some of it to the United States or whatever. So, like, the United States still exists, but they don't really fuck with the Nazis or whatever because they're too powerful. You know what I mean? So, like, in this world, the Nazis created all the popular music. So, like, you'll be walking around and you hear a song and you're like, is that a song that I've heard before? And it kind of sounds like a song from, like, the 80s. Pick any fucking song from the 80s. And it sounds like that, but it's like the Nazi version of that song. So, like, they're singing it in German. What the fuck? It's like kind of okay. It kind of sounds like Michael Jackson's Thriller or something, but the dude is singing it in German. And it's like, that's kind of fucking funky, you know? Like, it's kind of weird, but okay, you know what I mean? And they just have like a bunch of shit like that in the game where like these Nazis.
Do you remember that song, 99 Left Balloons? I only bring that up because it was popular in English and it was in Germany here.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, like they have like all these like you can walk up to the boom boxes and I think you can even steal the tapes from them. Like you steal like the cassettes out of them, whatever. And like it's like a collectible thing. You have to collect all the songs from the game or something, and it's kind of interesting. But they do have that in the game. Like all the Nazis have like the popular '80s music and shit. Anyways,
play some Scorpions.
Besides that, besides Wolfenstein, besides Apex with Mayo, besides all that good stuff, I played one last game. And that game is Astro Bot Rescue Mission. Dude. I've played this game before. But I've never, like, started the game from the beginning. So, like, when I played it before, I played it on Jonathan's PlayStation, so he had, like, all the worlds already unlocked. So I was just picking, like, a random world to go to. But now I'm playing it from the beginning, and you kind of see in the story what happens. Like, this alien shows up, blows up the thing scatters the little dudes around. But I've never played such an awesome, amazing fucking VR game, dude, than this. This is, like, the best VR game out there, I think. Astro Bot Rescue Mission on the PlayStation VR. It's a platformer, but a VR, and you're, like we said before, the little dude jumps out of your controller, you control him, and you're platforming like a Mario game, but you're in the world of 3D space, and you can look around corners, you can look down at the little dude, it's pretty fucking cute, man. The dude, when the level starts, you load up and everything's like coming, like everything is loading up around you, like digital, like everything's like loading up, and the dude jumps out of your controller and he waves at you, he's like, hey, and he's waving at you, and then he's waiting for you to flick him off with the controller, so you have to, like, you know how you have the little touchpad on your PS4 controller?
Yeah.
You just pull back on that and then you flick him off, and he, like, goes flying, and then he lands on the ground and, like, waves at you, and like the music starts playing, and it's like Mario music almost, like the super cheerful, like, kid music, you know, and it starts playing, and you just jump on your platform collecting coins, and you gotta find his little buddies, and once, like, you find his little friends, he'll kick him, you press square, and he kicks him in the butt, and they have, like, these fucking, like, jetpacks on their back, and, like, they turn on, and they fly into your controller, like, your little lid on the controller pops open, inside, but in the game, the little lid pops open, and they fly into your controller, and then at the end of the level, once you get to the end, the dude goes to the flag, and he's dancing, and they all, like, the little lid pops open, and they all jump out of your controller, and they're all dancing, and they're all celebrating, and then the little dude, your main guy, comes up, and he starts dancing too, and then you have to flick him off to, like, the sun or whatever. It's pretty fucking cool, man. It's just a really well done, one of a kind experience, man. Like, I can never ever experience this again and be like, oh man, like, this is so amazing, like this is like a one-time thing that I'm like, whoa. I think maybe Moss could be this good, but I don't even think Moss is as good as
I hear
Astro
really
Bot.
good things about Moss as well.
This is just like a lighthearted kid game. Think of Mario, dude. If this dude was Mario, Astro Bot would be so much more popular. I feel like just because no one knows who Astro Bot is. He's the little dude from, like, the PlayStation Home experience, you know, when PlayStation Home came out on the PS4, not PlayStation Home, the thing where, like, you can play with the little dudes in your room, like augmented reality. They were like,
I think it was PlayStation Room, right? Wasn't it?
PlayStation Room is what it was called, right? Where, like, they would show your bedroom or your house or your living room or whatever the fuck was behind you, and you can play with the characters inside your bedroom. Like, they would hide behind your couch, and you had to grab them and throw them back at the TV or some shit like that. Like, it's so well done. That's the character in the game. It's Astro Bot, this little, like, white robot looking dude. And the thing is, man, like when he's on your controller, you can grab your controller and, like, move your controller up to your fucking face. And, like, he's standing there and he's looking at you like, why are you looking at me? He's, like, he's looking back at you, and he's waving at you, and, like, he's saying hi, and then he waves at you, and then he, like, so cool, man. So fucking cool. It's amazing. If you can try PSVR, try Astro Bot, try Ace Combat 7, try Firewall Zero Hour. These games are just incredible, man. It's something else having a VR, dude. I'm so glad I have it, because I would never get to experience this shit, and I would think you're all crazy, but it's the truth, dude. Astro Bot is the best platformer out there, hands down. It makes Mario look stupid. That's how good this shit is. You know what I mean? I'm saying if this was Mario, man, everyone in the country would have a fucking PSVR. Everyone would. It would just be that.
When I first saw that PlayStation VR, and I thought, well, at that E3 conference, watching Office Simulator was awesome. You know, I can only imagine how Astrobot's going to be.
It's so cool, man, because they have, like, these little things too, like for example, the second level, you're like you're like on top of these skyscrapers, and everything's like you're up in the clouds. So like these airplanes are flying above you, like whoosh, you see like these little biplanes flying around, big airline jets flying above you, but you're like on top of these skyscrapers, and there's these cranes up there, and like sometimes these cranes have like these little pads or whatever. You hit them with your head, like you legit like hit them with your fucking head. You move your head forward and it hits them, and like the cranes will spin around, and like something will drop off of the cranes, and like it makes like the next little ramp. You have to jump up and run up the ramp, you know. Like, it opens up, like, the level sections for you. It's so well done. I recommend it. There's a gorilla you fight in the game. Can't wait to get to that. Iams told me there's an underwater level where you go down underwater with the dolphins, and you're, like, in the water with the dolphins, and you have to platform with them.
That's kind of cool.
Fucking hyped, man. I want to play with the dolphins. Woo!
Damn, like, I can't even imagine, like, how that would be done. I'm sure it's easier shown than described, but... Like, what? Platforming in the water?
It is, man. Like I said, think about, like, a Mario game or something. Think about any platformer you've ever played, and you're in the game, and you can look to your left and to your right, and you can look up and down, and you're in there. And the little dude could jump up above you, and he's running around, like... They have these, like, platforms, too, that are, like, glass, and they'll be above you, and you have to get the dude above you, and you have to move your head up and look up, and he's... running around above your head, and you have to make sure he doesn't fall off the edge, because then you have to get back up there, and you have to collect these coins and shit above you, and like they do these really good, like cool fucking like little things with the character, you know, like make him go up above you, or he has to go down underneath you, or you have to look around a corner to like get him to platform up a certain thing, because there's a wall there, so you can't see if you're just standing here, you can't see what's behind that wall, so you have to legitimately like move forward with your head, look around the corner, and hold yourself there while you're like platforming. And it's kind of interesting, you know, because you've never done that before in a platformer.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, check it out, guys.
Gaming up.
If you have PSVR, get Astro Bot. It's now $20. They made it like a $20 game now, like just standard edition, $20. Cheap as fuck. Get it, Gunny. Get it.
I'm gonna get it very soon.
That's all I played this week. That's all I played. Blaise, you want to go next?
Awesome.
Yeah, sure.
Go, Blaise.
So I have a few games here. One of them that I didn't play too long, but I've talked about before, is Darwin Project. I got back to that a little bit.
Nice.
Hey, Blaise, that was, and I think I saw today, and it may have been going for a while, no, I was thinking of a different game that was free for gold members. But go ahead, Derek.
What? What the fuck was that all about, Gunny?
I thought it was Vigor. I was thinking of a different game. I'm sorry.
Okay. Vigor.
Gotcha.
Like, that whole comment didn't make any sense. Like hey, Blaise, that one game, it wasn't gold. Never mind. Keep talking.
I'm like, all right.
Fucking Gunny. Okay. Oh, shit.
But yeah, anyways, I played some Darwin Project. I only played for a few hours at the end of one of my streams, but it was kind of fun, you know, streaming it. And basically what I did is I had my chat kind of, you know, pick somebody they wanted to root for to win. And the winner got, like, you know, points in my chat. So it was kind of a fun thing there because I usually play Director. So I played a little bit of Director. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but they had this new lava floor plower as Director, which is kind of cool. Like, you put down the lava, and then basically the people in the game have to get to higher ground, or else they burn up in the lava. So it's kind of a cool power.
Does it like just keep spinning across the whole map, or just a certain section?
Just that certain section.
So like Sector 5 now has lava or whatever.
Right, exactly.
That's cool.
So it's kind of a cool power. And another new power is zones that are closed. There's a power that actually reopens them. So you can kind of use that like in a fun way too, where say there's like 2 zones left, and it's like the bottom 2 zones, but the middle is closed. What you can do is like close down one of the zones, make the people move over the like right zone, but then open up the middle. And they're like, "Oh, fuck you! Like the middle's open now. Like thanks a lot."
That's fucking awesome. All right,
That's cool.
So you can kind of play with people's minds a little bit. So it's kind of fun that way. But I did a little bit of that. I did like 1 or 2 games of actually playing some duos, and we got second place one game, and I got 1 kill. So, you know, not anything too great, but decent enough, I guess. But I did a little bit of that. I did a little bit of Fallout 3, which is actually the reason that I did play Darwin Project because I was supposed to do 4 hours of Fallout 3 on stream, but I got bored with it, so I went to Darwin Project instead.
Why did you get bored with it? What happened?
Honestly, like I really like the beginning vault part of that, where like you're in the vault, you have that whole storyline, you have your friend Amada, and she's like your friend, but then you have to kind of sort of betray her when you possibly kill her father or don't kill her father, and I ended up killing her father, and that whole sequence is awesome. And then as soon as you get out of the vault, that's what kind of went downhill for me, because then the game really, really slows down. You go to this town called Megaton, and I mean, Megaton seems interesting at first, but like it just seems like the game really, really slows down at that point. Like slows down.
It turns into a regular Fallout game where you just. Have you played Fallout 4 before? Any other Fallout before?
Nope.
So yeah, the game is. They're all pretty. Have you ever played? You played Skyrim, right? Have you played Skyrim?
Yeah. I love Skyrim.
So it's kind of like Skyrim, where like you pretty much have to make your own adventure, and throughout that adventure, you pretty much are making your way through the main story too, and then eventually you get to the end somewhere or another. You know what I mean? It's pretty much the same Skyrim formula, except for like this.
Maybe I'm wrong, but like Skyrim just feels like there's more to do to me. Like, I mean, it just feels like it's faster paced to me than Fallout. So I don't know if that's true or not, but it just feels faster paced and like there's more to do. So I love Skyrim, but Fallout it wasn't really hitting it for me. I don't know why.
Yeah, it is very slow, man. I fucking hated that VATS bullshit. Now that like whatever where you have to target the certain body parts and get a percentage of hitting that.
Yeah, that was weird too. Yeah, I didn't like that as much. And then your weapons like degrade all the time.
Yeah.
Like you have to like fold them into each other, like repair them. Like, so I don't know. Skyrim just seemed more intuitive to me and like more fun, like a fantasy aspect. Where Fallout just seems like you're in this wasteland, like go find something to do. So
yeah, because it's. I mean, it is just kind of go wherever and do whatever if you can.
Well, you're right.
Depending on the level.
Skyrim, it's more fun and it's more vibrant. Like you're in a world that's actually alive and.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Jesus is vibrant, like because there's a lot more available to you. Like you have like a lot more NPCs you can find like pretty much anywhere. Mm-hmm. Like Fallout, it makes sense obviously because like it's in nuclear wastelands. So, like there's not going to be as many people alive, but like that's part of why I think it's not really the franchise for me. Because like Skyrim, I mean, like I can find people, a mile down the road. I can find somebody at this town, that town. Yeah. Like I can go talk to them. I can do whatever I want. You
I
can fight dragons.
Some random person in a cave somewhere. Next thing you know, you have like a 10 mission quest. All of a sudden, you're like, what the fuck?
Right? Yeah, exactly. You can fight like dragons and giants. And, like in Fallout, it's like, oh, go fight this like mutated rat. It's like, I'd rather fight a dragon, but
go fight this fucking mutated rat. Oh shit!
So I definitely understand that there's people that love their Fallout and stuff, but I just think it's not the franchise for me because I played a little bit of Fallout 76 and I didn't like that, which I understand that's a lot of people don't like that one. So I figured I'll try Fallout 3, but I didn't like Fallout 3 either. So I think Fallout's just not the franchise for me.
Fallout 4
or Fallout New Vegas.
Fallout 4 is better than 3 because it's newer, but it's not as good as 76 because it's better than 76. So maybe 4 is the one for you, Blaise.
Maybe.
Fallout 4 is good. It had a good story.
Fallout 4 has a pretty cool intro. You make your character, then you have a baby, then your character dies, and then you're the baby. Woo!
Or that's the thing, though. Like Fallout 3, like I love the intro. Like up until you leave the vault, I thought it was the best game ever. But once you leave the vault, I'm like, this game sucks. So, I want to go back in the vault.
Done with it.
Fallout 4 is kind of the same, where like you pretty much it's a pretty cool story up to the vault, and then you leave the vault and you go and you find your first death claw, and you're like, oh fuck, I messed with the wrong creature.
Like level 1.
You're level 1. You have a pistol. You have a pistol as your main weapon, and you find a fucking death claw, and he's chasing you, and it's chasing you forever, and you run all the way back to your base, and you get everyone killed. Yeah,
that's fun. Well, actually, part of my story with Fallout 3 too is the guy Colin Moriarty that's like the bartender in Megaton or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know what I was doing in the game too much, so I went into his bar at one point and I thought I was going out like the right door that I was supposed to go out. I'm like, oh, this door's locked. What the hell? Why they lock the door on me? So I picked this lock. I went out the door. I'm like, okay, cool. Now I can exit. And then as soon as I exit, like he's chasing me down. He's like trying to fight me. I'm like, hey, well, what the hell, dude? All I did was leave your place. Like, what do you want? So he kept attacking me. So I killed him. Once I killed him, like the entire town was after me. I'm like, oh shit.
Well, that can happen in Skyrim too. And sometimes that's a glitch. I've noticed as well. Where I'd come out like a cave in Skyrim, or something would happen like in a Fallout game, specifically Fallout 3. Where like everybody wants to kill you, and then it's like on a timer.
In Skyrim, it was the chickens. You kick a fucking chicken.
Oh, I just thought it was kind of funny though, because like I wasn't trying to steal from the guy. Like literally, all I did was pick the lock to get out. Like I'm trying to leave your bar, and then like you're trying to kill me. I'm like, wait, come on, dude. Like I'm
went out
trying
the
to leave your
wrong
bar.
door. You're dead.
That's all I'm trying to do. So I went out the wrong door apparently, but so that was kind of fun. But yeah, that was my Fallout 3 experience. A little bit less recently, but recently enough. Within the last couple weeks, I did play some Life is Strange. This is a game that I've been wanting to play for a long time. I just never had the time in my schedule to get into it, but I played through all of Season 1, and I played through a little bit of Before the Storm, and honestly, I'm super, super impressed. Like, this story is amazing, and the character development in this story is great, and I just really love these characters. So you play as Max in the first game, and you are trying to help out your friend Chloe. And in Before the Storm, you actually play as Chloe, and you're finding out more about the backstory with Rachel Amber. So it's kind of two different stories there, but so far, the Before the Storm story, I haven't finished that one, but that's a really great story so far. And the Season 1 of Life is Strange, the way that game is constructed is perfect. I mean, the way that it tugs at your emotions, the choices that you have to take, and the ending choice, like I won't spoil what the game is, in case anyone wants to play it, but the way the game ends, like there's some really tough choices at the end there, and it really kind of tugs at your emotions, and really makes you decide, well, do I want to make this choice that's going to really be a really bad choice in one way, or I don't want to make this other choice that's also going to be bad. So I definitely appreciate that game.
Awesome, man. Cool.
Have you played that one?
Start Season 2?
I want to finish Before the Storm first. I have I think one more episode to play in that, or one or two. So I want to finish that first, but then I definitely want to play Season 2, yes.
Awesome. Nice.
But then after that, I've been playing a lot of Borderlands 2 and a lot of the Borderlands franchises. Within the last couple months, I've played through all of the games, the main storyline at least. And when I say I played through all the main story, that means I've been skipping mostly side quests. So most of the side quests I've just been skipping along, just getting through the main story as fast as possible, because I wanted to kind of go through the story before Borderlands 3 came out. So I played through Borderlands 1, then I did the pre-sequel, then Borderlands 2, and then I did Tales from the Borderlands. So I wanted to go in kind of chronological order. And I've done a little bit of the DLC for Borderlands 2 recently. I did the Tiny Tina DLC, which I definitely will say that DLC is a lot of fun. It's like a Dungeons and Dragons DLC.
Yeah.
And
that is a lot
she kind of tells like a cool story with that one. So it's a really funny story, and I definitely recommend that DLC. But honestly, the whole franchise is pretty good. I'd say the pre-sequel was kind of a dud.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you that in your stream. I just said, I just didn't play this one, or it didn't didn't grab me. I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, what I'll say for the pre-sequel is, like, there's technically 12 missions in that, and what I've been telling people is, if there was a way to do it, what I would recommend, if it was possible, is skip the first 8 missions, start at mission 9, and finish the game from there. Because the ending of the game is actually pretty good for pre-sequel, but like getting all the way there, it's such a slog getting all the way there. So
that's what I did. I didn't like jump over here. No, go over there. Collect these air things, whatever they're called, right? And go fight these guys. And it just was like seemed like too much back and forth.
Yeah, like basically the way I break it down is the pre-sequel, you have missions, 1 through like 5-ish. They're all right. They're not bad. Mission 6 and 7 especially, those missions are so horrible and boring that it makes you want to quit the game. And I legit almost quit the game without finishing it, but luckily I had someone with me that had already played through it all. They're like, no, just hold on. It's going to get better, I promise. And luckily they told me that, and I stuck with it, and it actually gets good towards the end. But missions 6 and 7, they make you want to quit. Like, they're just so boring.
Okay. Well, then it would have gotten worse for me, because I think I only made it to like mission 4 in the pre-sequel.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying too, is like, basically you have to get all the way to like mission 9 for it to actually get really good. Like, starting at mission 9, it gets really good, but by that time you already had to put so much time into it that it's really not worth spending all that time to get to mission 9.
Yeah, and to make things worse, I think this initially came out on the Xbox 360, and it came with some bugs that would crash your game. So just compound the fact that... That doesn't help either. Yeah, it was like, okay, I think we're finished here. Let's go play something else. Let's go play Borderlands 2. Yeah, something funner. It was... Yeah,
and Borderlands 2 is an amazing game, and I've loved every second of that. I'll say for the games real quick, Borderlands 1, my main was Brick. I played as Brick in that one. The pre-sequel, I played as Wilhelm. And Borderlands 2, I played as Gage. And then for the newest DLC, the Commander Lilith Fight for Sanctuary, that's like the DLC that they just released that kind of leads into Borderlands 3. I played as Zero for that one because I wanted to try somebody different for that one, so I played as Zero for that. But that's actually a really good DLC. If you're thinking about getting Borderlands 3, I would definitely recommend you play the Commander Lilith DLC because it has a lot of cool story elements that kind of leads you from Borderlands 2 into 3. Yes. And I think it's a really good bridge. So I don't know if you played that DLC yet, Gunny, but it's definitely a DLC worth playing.
I'm about an hour in, and I set the lobby to open. And I haven't played with anybody here in the community, but that particular DLC. But I noticed, like, even if you start off as a level 50 character, it could be a little difficult. Because I was dying way too much just by myself until other people would actually joined in. And then I don't know if it's just servers or my internet or whatever, but the people would come in. I'd get 3 other squad mates, and then we'd be... And then for some reason, like, they would just quit out or something would happen. So,
and are you playing on Xbox or PC for it?
That's on Xbox.
Xbox?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can actually play with you then, because, I mean, unfortunately there's no crossplay, but I usually play at Xbox with 2 other people, so technically we usually have one slot open, so, maybe you could jump over this sometime.
Yeah, so how long would you say it is? Because I'm about an hour in.
It depends how fast you go. We kind of, I wouldn't say we speed ran it because we weren't like trying to do it as fast as possible, but we basically briskly ran through it. And I would say it took us about 2.5 to 3 hours to run through it. So, okay. But are you doing like a lot of side missions along the way or no?
No, basically, like, I'm at the part now where you kind of meet this guy, and he's like a tech guy who kind of hid from everything when all the shit went down. And he's kind of a funny character. I forgot his name, but he's...
Yeah, Vaughn, yep.
Yeah. So now I'm supposed to protect him and do all these stupid little missions for him. So.
Yeah, he's actually from Tales from the Borderlands. I don't know if you played that, but
yes,
that's where he comes from. So I really love him for that. But I would say it's not too much longer after that. Basically, like, your big bad guy is like that guy that has the canisters on his shoulder, and I won't spoil what happens with him, but it's that he's like kind of your big bad guy, towards the end, and you have to defeat him. But I would say you're not too far away. I'd say if you're not doing a lot of side missions, you probably have maybe 2 to 3 hours max left.
Okay.
Cool. So not too bad. It's not like the longest DLC. It just depends how many side missions you do, how many people you have with you. Because you have to remember, when I did this, I had 2 other people with me, so we did it as 3 people. If you're doing this solo, it's probably going to take you a little longer, obviously.
Yeah, because it's like, they can get really bullet spongy if it's just you shooting at them. And
exactly.
You got to stand back further and be more strategic.
It's a little bit faster, but...
Yeah, and for anybody else out there listening that is considering this, also, Borderlands 2 does have that 4K... it's
texture pack?
Yeah, the texture pack, and it looks amazing running on the X in 4K, so... If you have that, and probably for like an Xbox One S, it has that, the better lighting too as well.
Right.
So, same with PC. It's all been updated. Looks beautiful.
But yeah, I'm definitely planning to play a lot of Borderlands 3 when that comes out, and I'll be playing some more Borderlands 2 DLCs. The next DLC I think I'm going to hit is the Captain Scarlet one. I haven't tried that one yet, so I think I'm going to hit that one next. That's like the pirate DLC apparently, so I'll have to try that one out, see how that is. But I got 2 other games I've played. One of them is, a game that everyone expects me to always play. I play it every week. It's State of Decay 2. So
I've heard of this.
Yeah.
Hey, great episode, by the way, with Jeffrey Card for the latest updates on that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's always nice to have him on, and it's always nice to hear his thoughts on the patch notes and everything. So I actually just released another episode today with someone that's goes way back in the community, PhD Peddler. He played a lot of State of Decay 1. He's been with the community for a while, and we actually talked for 2 hours about the bounty broker and everything. So
wow, yeah, such an amazing. That first one was amazing. Still is. I think that game
Absolutely.
Still holds up.
But State of Decay 2, basically lately there's the new Heartland DLC. If anyone hasn't played that yet, I don't know if Jesus talked about that. I think he might have mentioned at one point. But the new Heartland DLC is basically where you go back to Trumbull Valley, which is the map from the first game, and the map is overrun with Blood Plague now. And it's kind of more of a story DLC where you have these set characters you have to use, but it takes you through the story, and there's actually some new elements in there. Like there's new there's Blood Plague bloaters, there's Blood Plague ferals, and there's these thing called Plague Walls now, which I don't want to spoil what they are too much. I want people to kind of have the shock and experience with it. But the Plague Walls are definitely a lot harder than Plague Hearts, and they're a lot different. So, and then towards the end of that story, you get something really challenging called the Gauntlet, and the Gauntlet is really, really fun.
I haven't seen the Gauntlet, but I've seen the Plague Walls quite a bit, and people within the community. I've been watching a lot of streams. Was it Magic Mike, Magic Man?
Magic Man 79?
Magic Man, yeah. He does a lot of that Heartland DLC as well.
Yeah, he does a lot of speedruns for that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, the Gauntlet is a lot of fun. It's basically, I won't spoil exactly what it is, but it does contain some Plague Walls, and it's definitely a good challenge for you if you want to try that. But, after that came out, the latest thing that came out was this new bounty update, which I just had a podcast released today about, and basically this is a new system in the game where you actually have these little mini challenges you can do to earn weapons, and there's a new critical response pack that released that has a lot of first responder weapons, like police weapons, firefighter weapons, like there's a high-angle rescue hatchet, there's a police sniper rifle, there's a SWAT rifle.
Are you saying firefighters are carrying weapons?
Yeah, they are.
That's scary. That's real scary.
Tools. They're called tools.
Yes, you can call them tools instead. But basically, this new update, it has this guy named Cash Beaumont coming to the game as a trader. He's a permanent trader that always stays on the map, somewhere in the center of the map. He can't be killed. And basically, he's always there to give you bounties to do. So, like, for example, some of the bounties you can do, there's one bounty, if you run over 50 zombies with a car, you get a CQC weapon. The SWAT rifle that I talked about, if you kill 12 play cards, you get the SWAT rifle. So there's different weapons like that. The best one out of all of them is the high-angle rescue hatchet. This is the firefighter's hatchet. And this weapon is so good. It's instantly one of the top 5 melee weapons of the game. So if you are going to get back into State of Decay, definitely get that weapon first. What you have to do is get 240 bladed kills on zombies. So just any bladed kill with a bladed weapon, not a bludgeon.
So
and that'll get you that one.
He rewards you these weapons based on bounties, so like challenges you're doing?
Correct.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I like the firefighter hatchet.
And he does also sell you the World War II guns, too. So basically, the World War II guns, you can buy those for influence straight up. You don't have to do any challenges for those. And the bounty ones, let's say you did the bounty challenge for the high-angle rescue hatchet, you can actually buy extra copies from them. So if you really like a certain weapon and you do the challenge for it, you can buy, like, oh, I want 3 SWAT rifles. Yeah, thanks. I got 4 SWAT rifles now. What now? So it's actually kind of cool.
Nice.
And they have said that they hope to use this mechanic in the future, too. So, like, they might have more weapon packs in the future where they release like, oh, here's a new weapon pack. Go do some bounties to get these weapons. So it's a really cool system that I think could be utilized in the future, where you might even see like, here's a brand new car in State of Decay. Go do this really hard challenge to get this new car. Like, it's kind of cool, actually. So I hope this systems get utilized in the future.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Always updating that game. It's amazing.
Is that a free update, that bounty stuff?
Yes, that's a free update, yep.
Dude, like, I'm surprised and really am amazed at the work that Undead Labs has been putting into the game. You know what I mean? Compared to the first game,
right.
The first game was supported pretty good, but I felt like they kind of dropped the ball on a few of the DLCs. This game, they've done a pretty good job with all the DLCs that I've seen them release. They've all significantly improved the game in a way. You know what I mean? Like that.
Absolutely.
The Heartland DLC completely has a new story mode in the old map, but it's a completely new type of story mode, way harder than the regular mode. And then there's that other DLC.
The Heartland? Was that?
Not the Heartland.
Choose Your Own Apocalypse?
No, the other one.
Said Hunter?
No, the other one.
Daybreak?
Yeah. Keep naming them. The one where you're the red Talon soldier or whatever, and you're...
That's Daybreak, yeah.
Yeah, where you're going through the hordes of zombies. Like, that mode is really cool, man. I really enjoy that fucking mode. Just like sitting there and trying to survive the 10 waves, and it gets harder and harder progressively. That stuff is actually really fun. Yeah, it's fucking really good. So, yeah. And
I think one of the updates that Jeffrey Card was talking about, where the Red Talon soldier, when they're back at your base and, kind of things are kind of happening in the background, and the fact that they don't snivel and cry like little girls, the fact that they changed that, I was like, that is like,
and they don't play it as often
now, because you would expect a soldier to not snivel, and act like a child, and we're not getting along back here. You need to do something about it, So.
Well, and that's the thing with State of Decay 2 and Undead Labs is like all these changes they make. Pretty much everything is community request. So if the community wants something, they usually put it in there. Like, it might take them a little bit to make it, obviously, but everything they're putting in there is also the community wants. So they're very community oriented, and they definitely care about what the community thinks.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Which you don't. I know you both agree. Like, you don't see that with a lot of devs nowadays. I mean, there's not a lot of devs that like really care about the community anymore.
Oh, no one gives a shit about the community. No, fuck you, community. We don't need you. Fuck you and your opinions. We don't want your opinions, especially EA. They don't give a fuck about their community.
But just to kind of speak about like what you were saying, Jesus, about EA, like they always speak to other people. Like, why will they not speak to the community? Like, it just blows my mind.
They don't give a fuck about you, Gunny. They
I know.
Fuck about money. That's why.
That's it.
But not Undead Labs, so props to them.
Yeah. All right. Any other thing you played?
Yeah, I got one more game. I saved this one for last. So, this one is, I will definitely say with a bullet, this is my game of the year so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, okay.
I was not expecting this, but it's a little indie game called We the Revolution, and this game is amazing. I will say, Jesus, you might not like it as much because it doesn't have a lot of action involved, but Gunny, I think this is going to be a game that you're going to love. So I would definitely write it down, Gunny, because I think it's going to be a game for you for sure.
I think I've played
this. Have you?
I have. This is the one where
I'm looking at the trailer right now.
You are a judge, right?
Yep.
I have played this. Yeah, I actually have this on Steam.
And did you enjoy it or no?
And kind of not, but go ahead. Maybe you'll change my mind on it.
See, well, I kind of figured that though, because I think this game isn't in your style as much, Jesus, but I think it is in Gunny's style for sure. Okay. But basically, this game is set in the French Revolution, and it's a real game that's down to the details. There's a lot of strategy in it, and there's a lot of minute detail to it. So it's pretty much no action, but you're playing through a story, and it's kind of one of those games where your choices really matter a lot because your choices can actually get you killed in the game if you don't choose correctly. And basically what you do is you're in the French Revolution. Your character is a judge, so you're a judge of a tribunal, and you have to judge over cases. So what happens is cases come before you, like, say, this guy robbed this dude, what should we do? And basically you read through the case, you're like, okay, this guy robbed him, he did it because of this. This is what happened. And then what you do is you actually question him, and you question other witnesses. And basically, there's this cool system involved where you have to actually match up the questions correctly. Because if you don't match up the questions with like the right line of questioning, you get less questions. So
how many tell me how many times this has happened to you? Because I know like you get the case, right? You get the guy, he comes up to you, and the first thing you do is you get the case. You don't even talk to the witnesses or nobody. The first thing you do is the guy, your clerk or whatever, hands you the documents, right? And he tells you, here, Your Honor,
right.
this is the case for today. And you're looking at it, and it legit is like, it could be like 2 or 3 or 4 pages long, Gunny. So you're sitting there and you're reading this, and you're like, all right, today this dude said that this guy did this to him. Like, he stole this guy's tomatoes. This guy says that he saw him do it. And he said he saw him do it. But we also have a witness supporting that the guy didn't steal the tomatoes. The guy was over here, standing over here. He says that he did not steal the tomatoes. The other guy gave it to him. Like the main suspect says that the dude gave it to him. This other guy supports this statement, but this other guy supporting this other guy's statement. And these guys have known each other for this long, according to other witnesses. And it goes like this whole fucking list. Like, these guys have had problems before, blah, blah, blah. And you gotta like sit there and you gotta think to yourself, okay, like, what information out of all this fucking crap here is relevant? Like, okay, maybe the guy knowing this guy for this long, maybe that's relevant. Maybe this other information about, like, there was this person down the alley who's standing there. Maybe that's not relevant. Like, you gotta, like, have all this information, and then you can fuck up, and, like, because as Blaise is saying, when you're asking questions, you have, like, these little, I don't know if they're, like, move points, kind of like move points, right, Blaise? Where, like, if you ask the wrong question, it's like a strike. Like, strike one. And I think they give you, like, up to, like, isn't it, like, 3 or 4 chances to mess up? And then once you just mess up, like, if you mess up 3 questions, you ask the wrong questions 3 times, like, you're just done questioning. You can't ask any more questions. So you're kind of screwed.
Well, basically what I'll say is, like, in you saying, you know, you have to find out what information is relevant, the truth is, and kind of the beauty of this is, the real answer is, none of it's relevant. And that's what the beauty of the game is, because your goal in the end of the day is to support yourself. So, like, yes, you might want to, on a human level, you know, have the right verdict, but there's elements in the game, which I'll talk about in a second, that actually make it so, like, at the end of the day, you're trying to benefit yourself more than anyone.
So, speaking of that, so there is, like, this whole, so the main game is you're a judge. You have to judge things, and the thing is, sometimes people will tell you, like, hey, like the guy when he's when your clerk comes up to you, because you'll have a conversation with your clerk or with, like, the prosecutor or with the defense attorneys. Sometimes you have conversations with them before the court or after the court, like during the nighttime, like when you're about to go home. They'll have conversations with you and they'll be like, I kind of think you shouldn't have judged that dude, or you shouldn't have sentenced him to life in prison. You should have done this instead, to, like, because his family is really powerful. They're going to be pissed off at you. Or, like, the prosecutor, or, like, he'll make a deal with you. The prosecutor he's kind of like your friend. He's like, hey, like, maybe you should give this guy, like, this, and this, and, you know, maybe blah, blah, blah. But, like, at the same time, you have, like, this other mini game with your family, and you're trying to get your family to like you or some shit, right? Like, your wife and your kid, you're trying to get them to like you, but they're fucking... I feel like my dude was an asshole to them. I was always drunk.
Yeah, basically, kind of what you're getting at is there's a lot of different elements in the game, and that's why I say it's a very detail-oriented. So if you're not detail-oriented, you might not like this game as much, but I definitely am detail-oriented. So for me, this is, like, right my cup of tea kind of thing. But, basically, there's the trial phase where you're going through the trial, you're deciding the verdict, which there's a couple more things about the trial I didn't mention yet, but... basically, there's, like, kind of the after trial part where you either go home or you go to a different event. Like, maybe you're going out for a night of gambling or something like that. So, like, you have a different event after the trial, and during that event, you can actually earn more reputation to kind of, you know, improve your standing, or you can kind of increase your standing with your family or hurt it. And basically, there's 4 members of your family. There's your wife, there's your older son, your younger son, and your father. And basically, like, at the point I'm at right now, I actually got it pretty good to where My wife likes me a lot. My younger son likes me a lot. My older son likes me a lot. The only one that doesn't like my father. My father kind of hates me, but I'm like, well,
Screw
3 out
him.
of 4 is pretty good.
Screw
Exactly.
him.
Whatever.
I'll send you to prison, father.
Exactly. So I mean, like, I figure that's pretty good. 3 out of my 4 family members like me, and it's my father that hates me. So like, hey, my immediate family likes me. So I figure that's the best case, for me. But basically, if they like you, then you get extra bonuses in court. If they don't like you, you get kind of negative effects in court. And basically in court, there's these different factions. Right now, at the point I'm in the game, there's only 2 factions. There's the common people and the revolutionaries. I believe later in the game you get a 3rd faction. But basically there's... I'm trying to think of the best word to put it. Basically, there's like standing with these factions, how much standing you have with them. If you're in good standing with them, then that's a good thing. But if your standing with them goes too low, what actually happens is they can kill you and your game is over. So basically you have to kind of manage the standing with these factions, and that's why I say that ultimately what actually is the details of the case really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, because at the end of the day, this game is actually has a really big political feel to it, where you're trying to move up in the political ladder. Like, you start at the bottom, but you're trying to get up to the top of the political ladder and be like the head honcho by the end of the game. And basically, in order to do that, you have to keep great standing with these factions. So say, the revolutionaries, say they want you to cut off a guy's head. And, say the common people, they want you to, put the guy in prison. Well, then probably you don't want to acquit the guy, because that's going to piss them both off. So you kind of have to balance it and say, okay, well, the common people, they already really love me, but the revolutionaries, they don't love me. So what I want to do is I want to make them happy to get more standing with them, and I want to cut the guy's head off. So what you can actually do... You got killed? See, I was smart about it. I haven't got killed
I
yet,
think
but...
was it the revolutionaries? I think they're the ones that fucking killed me. They killed me at a protest, because I went to this protest or something to calm them down or something. And they're like, fuck you, we're going to kill you. And they like chop my head off or something.
You're dead.
Yeah, they killed me. Yeah, now that I remember, yeah, you're right. They did kill me, those motherfuckers. The game is fun, though.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, and like that's what's cool about it to me, is that basically you can influence the jury to do what you want. And when you get these questions, if you get all the questions correct, like these jury questions, because you have to match them correctly with the line of questioning, like it'll say what's the motive, and you have to decide, okay, was this the motive or was this the motive? If you just get all the questions correct, you can actually influence a jury any way you want. Because say you want the ultimate goal for you, say it's the death penalty. You want this guy to die, because that's going to get you the most standing in the game. Well, what you can do is you can actually influence the jury by only asking questions that'll go towards that. So there's like these questions that are red that make the jury want to send them to prison or cut their head off. Yeah. There's these questions that are blue that make them want to acquit somebody. So what you do is you just don't ever ask any blue questions, and then they want to actually cut the guy's head off. And then the jury agrees with you, then you have more standing with the jury as well. So like you can really influence the game and kind of mold it to your personal character's growth. And that's what's cool about it, is that like on the surface it looks like, oh, you're just judging these trials, you're just trying to decide what's right and wrong. It's really not like that, actually, though, because like you're trying to advance politically. So ultimately, a lot of times you're probably doing the thing that you think might be wrong just to advance politically. And there's like other parts of the game that I haven't gotten to as much yet, where there's like this one part of the game that has a Risk style map that I just got to when I stopped playing. And basically you can actually take over territories of France and gain more influence in the game. So this game is like sort of it's sort of like judging trials, but also it's like kind of taking over the political landscape of France. And it's really interesting to kind of go back in that time setting of the French Revolution. And I will say, too, that the art style is really, really cool. I love the art style. The voice acting is really cool, too. Like, the intro cutscene that you start the game with, that intro cutscene is really, really powerful. And, like, it really brings you into the game, like, very fast. So I can't stress enough, like, how amazing this game is. And for me, right now, this is the game of the year so far. Like, obviously, the year's not over yet. There's still a lot of great games to come out. But so far from what I've played, this is definitely my favorite game of the year.
That's crazy. I don't know if it's Game of the Year material, but I agree with you that it's a very interesting game and it's unique.
Did this just come out? recently?
No.
It came out in March for PC, but it just recently came to Xbox and PS4. It came to Xbox and PS4 in June. So it had a March release for PC and then a June release for console.
Wait, yeah, I'll check it out.
Maybe I should go back and check it out. I don't know.
Yeah, I would definitely say get this, Gunny, because like I think you'd like this, Gunny.
Because I said before, I played it. I didn't think much of it, and yeah.
I already like the art style. That's definitely right up my alley.
All right.
Honestly, Gunny, like I think this game is going to be up your alley. So, and it's only $20 too, so it's not that expensive either.
And see, you already heard me talk about, if you listened last couple of weeks, about Detroit Become Human. So I'm already hungry for those good story games, And
how much is it on consoles?
It's $20. I technically got it free because I wrote to the publisher. The publisher sent me a code, but
yeah,
cool. And I definitely followed them back on Twitter, both accounts. So I'll be sending them a message. No, or I'll just make the purchase, or
it's $20. $20 on Steam, Gunny, if you want to buy it on the PC.
It's already in my wish list. Need to add it to the cart.
Yeah, and I hear what you're saying too, Jesus. Like, I just think this game really isn't geared to your playstyle as much. Like, I think for you'd like more action in your games, but I think for Gunny and I, this is like more our style, honestly.
Because you're literally not, you don't move. You're just watching like these paintings, like these watercolor, like these paintings, and that's pretty much what you're doing. Watching these paintings, and you're pretty much just watching the story play out. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a Telltale.
Are some of those like the questions? Is it something like a Telltale thing where it's on a timer, or do you get to actually?
No, some of them. I think most of the questions you can just sit there as long as you want and look at the questions and think about which one to answer. Sometimes
the only thing I've seen on a timer is this. There's this thing called speeches. Like, say you're about to chop somebody's head off, you can actually give a speech to kind of gain more influence of the crowd. And these speeches are actually on a little bit of a timer if you do a speech. But that's the only thing I've noticed that has a timer so far. But honestly, like I would say it has some Telltale elements, Jesus, because you have to make choices in the game that really impact you. But I'd say it's a much more advanced version of Telltale than Telltale ever would even dream of, because like this game has so many elements, mechanics in it that really make you think. Because like you said yourself, Jesus, you died in the game, and like if you're really not thinking ahead, like you can die very easily in this game.
I died super easily. I died like in the first 3 hours.
Yes, I mean you could die like super easy, and you really have to like plan ahead and kind of like, okay, I have to do this in order to actually have a good standing in the future. And I think it's like it has like management elements to it, and it has strategy elements at the same time, and then it's kind of a story all the way through that. So like basically you're dealing with the management and strategy elements, but at the same time the story is playing out around you. So it's a really interesting game where like I can't think of another game that's really like this. I mean, I don't know if you guys can either, but like I can't think of another game that has like a story playing out at the same time while you're doing management and strategy options. So to me, it's like a one-of-a-kind game.
Yeah, awesome, man. I'll check it out.
Yeah, definitely let me know what you think, because I mean, I think you're going to love it, Gunny. So
I don't think Gunny's going to play it.
I think I will.
I think you're not. Gunny, see, this is Gunny. Gunny says he's going to play something. He never plays it. I don't believe him. I have no faith in Gunny.
Hey, I played that Apex with you today.
Oh, wow. Once?
And then you laughed, and then you were trying to call me on Skype. We got a show to do. Wait a minute.
Gunny's over here playing Apex right when we have a show to do. That's when he decides to play Apex. Inviting me to games at 5 o'clock to play Apex.
Like, hey, where'd you go? What happened?
That's where he was. At 5 o'clock, I'm like, well, where are you guys?
Yeah, I got Blaise over here messaging me on Discord, and fucking Gunny's over here. Let's play Apex, Jesus. What are you doing, Gunny? You got to start the show at 5. What are you doing? Let's play Apex. And then Gunny over here with this fucking microphone talking on the PC. I could hear you, Gunny. You motherfucker, you.
I know. I kept trying to like reject the call, reject it. Get on Skype.
Yeah. Anyways,
hey, but we made it to third. We made it to third place.
What have you been playing, Gunny?
Besides the old Apex, a little more of that Anno 1800 on the Uplay launcher.
All right. Have you gotten any further in the campaign or the story there?
Yeah, so I've gotten to now like where I've unlocked like the second part of the map. Like I had to like research explosives and things like dynamite and had to blow a hole through there to get to that. Opens up just more areas where I can mine. And so I thought, oh, okay, cool. This is like I can make more money now selling ore and other different metals and shit like that. But I don't know what the hell happened, because now it's like there's all my farmers are they want to protest, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So then I kind of went back and I'm like, how do I stop them from protesting? Because if you click on like all the people, it just shows, like they're just unhappy with work conditions and stuff like that. And so I built a couple of police stations, and then normally what would be in there at the police stations is a section to actually go out and like round up the crowds and calm them down or some shit. But I can't seem to choose that option. I don't know why. It doesn't let me. And so they go around and just like tearing up the town and tearing the houses down. And so I'm over here with like half the houses are all like just in ashes, You can go back and rebuild them, but then the people don't want to come back. I don't know. There's something I've obviously missed, but I don't know what it is. And now I'm going bankrupt, and I don't know if that's part of the story. And I think one of the things I should have done, and that was I should have discovered like another island. I think I could have made like where I can grow like a lot of wheat to make more money and basically build breweries. And I think that's kind of part of where I need to go with this game, and I didn't do that early on because now I'm like in the negative, and now I can't build anything. So I think I need to go back and just do a restart on the whole campaign thing.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. So because now I'm like, shit, I'm like 6 hours in. I'm like, God dang it. Oh, I was talking to, was it Ghost Nico about that? And I think he said he started 3 times.
Well, a lot of times, like, a lot of those games are like that, where you have to restart a few times to know what the fuck you're doing. For example, City Skylines, it took me 4, 5, 6, 7 restarts to get my last major city, like, going. Like, it took me that many times. The first time I fucked up the power grid. Second time I fucked up the water grid. Third time I fucked up something else. I didn't think about something ahead of time. And the traffic was messed up. And then I finally... Like, it took me a few retries, probably 5 or 6 or 7 maybe. It took me a lot of retries because I would get bored or I would know what the fuck I was doing, and I would just reset it and restart a new game. Until I finally got that one city up to like 500,000 people. It took me a lot of retries, dude.
Yeah, and so if I didn't mention this the last week, but there is a fog of war in this game, and that is you do have like a mini map, and it will show where there's another piece of land that your sister has, and then there's 2 other, we'll just say they're friends, because that's what they're considered, ally friends, and they kind of have their own thing going on that you can set up trade routes for. So I was able to successfully get those going, and I was selling like a lot of wood, or logs or whatever you want to trade. And so I thought, oh, okay, I can make some money this way. The other thing I noticed I unlocked was like, what else did they have in there? Like, besides like all the trading stuff, it was just shares. You can sell shares in your government. So that maybe that's like one way of like maybe saying take a loan to get more money. So I'd be up to like maybe $15,000, And I was like, okay, so now I can build more stuff at my base, but I don't know. I'm just at that point now where it's just the money's going down so fast. So I'm like, crap, I'll just do a restart, probably start that tomorrow and see how that goes. But other than that, it's a fun game. It's hard to put down. I love my sim management games.
And that's only on PC, right?
I don't know if it's on consoles or not.
So I believe I looked this up before, and I saw that it wasn't on console, so I just kind of wrote it off because I can't play anything that's not on console. So
yeah, I guess there is no Anno games on there. Yeah, no, they're mostly on the Uplay app.
Yeah, they're all PC exclusives. Maybe they'll be coming to consoles. I mean, you'd be surprised how many emails I get from like developers mentioning to me that, hey, like, we're working on this game coming to Xbox soon. It's like, whoa, like, they're bringing that to the Xbox? They're bringing that to the PlayStation? So, a lot of these games are actually starting to come over. And I think it's because of the fact that Microsoft has added keyboard and mouse support to their console that
That's true, yeah.
they're bringing a lot of these games over now. They're just like, fuck it, we're bringing them over.
Yeah, like Surviving Mars, for example. I mean, without keyboard and mouse, they probably wouldn't have brought that over, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, you can play the game with the controller straight up. And I think some developers are probably still technically a little worried about that because I think if you bring a game over to console, you have to make it to where controller plays it. I don't think there's a game on console that it's only keyboard and mouse.
Right.
And that might change here in the future, though, because aren't they bringing that, didn't they say they were going to bring that Age of Empires over to consoles? And that's like pretty much keyboard and mouse. So that's going to
There's rumors. I mean, it's just rumors, but right now, but like, there's rumors that Xbox is actually going to buy that studio. So if they do, then obviously they would bring them over. But
so I mean, that's going to be a tough. Because if you're bringing the thing to console, you have to make sure that it has that controller support.
Right.
Right. Because I wonder if there's any also on the Xbox beta app. That's the beta one that where we kind of play our
that'll come over to console.
Game Pass games, yeah.
But some of those are third party. Like I said, some third party developers may not want to invest the time or the money to like make a controller layout or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just sit there and try to figure that out because you have to pay people to test that shit.
Yeah, but I also think it's like maybe like Anno is also like a niche game, so they probably I'm sure that probably goes right to Microsoft and Sony. All right, guys, we're getting this new game up and running. You know, what's the popularity level? You know,
a lot of those games aren't popular on console, man. You'd be surprised how many console players don't play those games.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Where
people
they're like,
don't like City Skylines on the console. Like, I'm pretty much sure that like me and you are the only people that play that shit on there.
That's true. And then there's people that probably, like you said, in Europe that are just into the farming sim games, right? Where that's probably like the most downloaded thing besides like a FIFA. Yeah. Where
well,
like,
see, like you mentioned Jesus Civilization. Like I would love to bring more of those to console because the only one they ever brought to console was Civilization Revolution.
That was
absolutely that's the only one. Like I would absolutely love to play all.
There are
Civilizations.
Tons of those, Derek. If you go on Steam right now, like there's some that are on sale. Like I always forget, there's probably 30 of them on there.
Dude,
that are just
always,
like in that same genre.
They always have the Civilization game on sale for like. You buy the $300 edition of the game for like $40 on Steam.
Yeah, I guess they just must have not been happy with it with Revolution because Revolution's the only one they ever ported to console, and they never did it again after that. Like, but I really wish they would because I really love Revolution. I know Jesus, you would like to too.
Oh, I fucking love that game. That's the only game, like I said in the past, where like 10 years later, I'm still playing that on my Xbox.
Yeah, it's such a fun game.
It's fucking fun as fuck, dude. And then
it is.
And then even 10 years later, I still haven't beat the whole game with every civilization. Because I always tend to go with the Americans or the British or like the Egyptians or the Germans. Because I like the certain perks that they get. You know what I mean? The Germans get some really cool fucking perks for the military. The Egyptians get like really cool perks in the beginning. They get lots of gold interest and a lot of that. The British, they get lots of like naval power, you know, fucking perks. So
I think it's the Hungarians that the one in there. I think that one has like such a cool perk that if you take over barbarian villages, it automatically makes a city.
But those could be tricky sometimes though, because sometimes I've done that where like I taken over a city. Next thing you know, you have like the British building cities around me, and like my little that one little city stuck like in the middle of like this other country.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that city's probably gonna get taken over by like cultural fucking, you know, like the culture of the other fucking country's gonna take over that. But
that can be tough. But I definitely agree with you on the Germans. Though it's really cool with them because new units automatically become veterans. Yep. So that's awesome.
And then they get like those badass tanks in the end of the game.
Yeah,
the game is amazing, dude. Like, and it's even Xbox One X enhanced, and it looks a little bit better now, and it runs great. It's a fucking good game.
I gotta try streaming that at some point. It'd be kind of a fun stream, probably.
I would, man. It would just be fun to watch you do that, and I would totally fucking watch that because I fucking love that game. It's a good game. Good game. It was on.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I mean, why not bring more civilizations over? Like, please, I will pay you money.
I think the game didn't sell very well. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
I
popularity.
think at the end of the day, the game. I mean, there's people that bought the game and it became like a niche game where like only some of us that bought it and really liked those types of games really, really liked it, but not a lot of people bought it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they probably looked at development cost and what it would take to port and
like they probably spent quite a bit of money to bring that over to consoles, and it was actually a unique console game.
But then it's funny, like whoever makes the Tropico games, they put all those on
Tropico
consoles.
is really good too, man. Tropico is a really
Calypso?
good like management game. Yeah, it's Calypso Media. Yeah, try Tropico sometime, Blaise. You would really like Tropico, dude.
I think I tried it for like 10 minutes once, but I just didn't have time to get into it. But
it is
I
really
think
good.
Tropico
You're pretty
5
much
is the newest one.
think of like you're like a dictator or a president, if you want to call yourself a president of an island, and you're just building up this little island, like in the Pacific somewhere or wherever, Caribbean little island. You do whatever you want.
Is it kind of like Civilization, where you're trying to like take over everywhere, or no?
Except it's a little bit of a city builder in some aspects, like on a small scale.
Yeah, you're building up like a little country, like it's a little island map, and you're trying to like build like the power grids and like research power grids, and then sometimes you get like in the campaign you have this thing where like you start off like in the 1940s, I think, or 1930s or 1920s, something like that, where like right before World War II. So like at first you're trying to like you're part of like you're a colony for I think it's the British Empire, I'm pretty sure, and you're trying to please the king to make you like the governor of the island. Once he makes you the governor, you're trying to increase your like military power so you can declare independence, but you have to reach a certain amount of money that you make before you declare independence. Then once you declare independence, they send over like their army to attack you. The British army comes to attack you, and you have to have enough soldiers to defend your army. And then once you do all that, you get into like the 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, and during that time they have like you can open up embassies. So you open up like an embassy and you can invite people from other like foreign powers. Like I think one of the foreign powers is America and the Allies. And the other one is the Axis. So like the Germans, Italy, and Japan. You can invite them into your embassies. And you can have an embassy for each one. Like you can have an embassy for the Axis and an embassy for the Allies. And you can actually make deals with both of them to keep them both happy. You can be like, hey, we'll sell the Axis like tobacco and we'll sell the Americans steel or whatever, or iron, and then you just export that and you're making money off these deals, these trade routes that you have going. So you got trade routes and then all that. And on top of that, you got like these people on your island that are trying to like overthrow you, like the revolutionaries. The ones that helped you gain power.
Yep.
You're trying to keep them at bay too because you didn't want them to overthrow you. So you're trying to please them and do what they tell you to do sometimes.
And is it completely solo? Is there like co-op to it at all, or like
it's solo?
All solo.
Yeah, it's all solo.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
and then like you're trying to keep your military happy so they don't overthrow you because your military can do a military coup and they'll attack you.
So keep them happy.
Yeah.
Main thing.
So
and one of the cool things, like I think even with like the French, or let's say even like England or whatever, hey, we want to open up this trade route, or we want to do some things for you, or put our own statue on your island, and we're going to give you $10,000. Okay, I'll take your $10,000.
Yeah, you could
sure.
do it. Yeah,
you could betray them later on, but just take the money.
Destroy their statue, and then they get pissed off. They're like, "What the fuck, dude?" or you can do so many deals, like say,
Thanks for
like
the money.
Like for a while there, I did a bunch of deals with the Axis because they were paying me lots of money for wood and like dumb shit like wood and tobacco and shit. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna sell you wood and tobacco. That's easy to make. So I was like chopping down all the trees on my island to like export them. And the US got pissed off at me. They're like, hey motherfucker, you keep making deals with them, we're gonna invade you. And I didn't pay attention to them. I was like, yeah, whatever. Next thing you know, I had like the U.S. military, like the Navy at my waters. They like did a blockade on my fucking like on
Tomahawk
my island.
Missiles. Oh shit.
No, they did a blockade on my island. It was like, hey, like this little dude named Geronimo. His name is Geronimo. He pops up and he's like, hey, Mr. Presidente. He's like, there's the U.S. Navy is at our coast. What do we do? And you can declare like an apology to like the Americans. You could be like, we're sorry, we'll stop doing trades with the Axis immediately, and we'll trade with you immediately. or you could be like, no, screw you. We stand with our allies, the Axis. We'll be with them all the way. And if you don't, like, depending on what you answer, like, they'll just invade your island. So you better have a good military set up to have them invade you and because they'll try to kill you.
And do you actually, like, fight yourself at all, or you just kind of, like, walk
No,
around?
your little character walks around the map, and there's, like, a little icon
Gotcha.
above your character. Because, like, everyone in the game you can have arrested or killed, so you can click on any character on the map.
That was kind of fun.
Any citizen, you can click on them and have them arrested. So, like,
Oh, wow.
when you're being invaded, if your character comes across crossfire or something, you usually try to avoid it. But he'll usually run to his palace and hide. But if they get to your palace and break into your palace, like say your royal guards don't stand up, they can't fight good enough, and they all get killed, your bodyguards get killed, then they can kill you. And then once they kill you, they let you keep the island. You can keep playing the game. If you're playing like sandbox mode, you can keep playing the game. But your character is now dead, but now your child is the new president. Like whoever your kid was. Like, oh, now you got the new president. This kid is the new president. And like you can keep playing if you're on sandbox mode. But if you're in campaign, I think the game ends. You have to restart that
Yeah,
level.
so it's pretty cool too,
It's
Derek,
really cool.
where you could upgrade the palace, and that will bring in more troops and more security.
Yeah, you can put like towers.
That's a good strategy.
I usually put like towers and checkpoints and bunkers and military bunkers around my palace because that's where all the troops come out of. But then it sucks because sometimes, like I said before, you piss off your military enough, or you're not giving them enough support. You're not giving them money or funds or whatever, and they'll declare like a coup. Like all of a sudden, they'll say like, hey, there's a general in your army that's trying to kill you. And like it'll show like all your military forces deploying. And it'll show some of them in red and some of them in green. And the ones that are in green are on your side. And the ones that are red are the guy trying to kill you on his side. So sometimes like you'll have like 2 units defending you and like 10 attacking you. And you're like, oh, we're so fucked. Why did I give these guys drones? What am I doing?
Yeah.
Why did I give them tanks? They're attacking me with my own tanks. So yeah, it sucks. And then they also get pissed off at you if you don't hold enough elections. Say you have you have an election, but you rig it to win. So you have 400% more votes than the other guy. People know, like people start figuring out pretty soon, like this guy is full of shit. He's like a dictator. He's just not letting the other person win. And like, yeah, that can have like really bad repercussions. Or you can have your opponent killed. That's what I would do. If like the other guy was beating me at the polls,
right,
I would have him killed by the secret police or arrested. Yeah,
That's kind of
the way
funny,
to go
actually.
right there.
yeah, he would be like, 80% polls.
I guess I got to stay as president. That's all right.
Sorry, did I have to kill you? I would have him assassinated or arrested and sent to the dungeon. That game is fun, dude. There's a lot of shit like that. I think you would really enjoy Tropico, dude.
I don't know if Tropico 5 is
sounds
on
like fun.
console.
I think
but
it
4
is.
definitely is.
4, I think 5 is too, Gunny, because now we're up
It's got to
to...
be. Yeah.
I think we're up to 6 on the PC.
Oh, is that what
And
we're
those
up to now?
games,
Jeez.
Blaise, those games are really hard to find, like at GameStop. You're going to have a
And they're never
hard
on-
time finding Tropico, dude. Because they make like a limited amount of copies of them every year. They don't make a bunch of them. And they never go on sale.
No, never do.
They never, like, they're super hard to find. Even a used copy will cost you, like, almost as much as a new one. It's kind of weird.
wow.
That's the only game that I've seen at GameStop. Like, even the GameStop employees are like, yeah, dude, we don't get that many copies of this.
You have to go
Tropico game."
online to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the dev that makes that stuff?
Calypso?
Calypso
Media,
Media.
I
They're
think
the
it's called.
publisher, yeah. Calypso.
I don't think I know that dev, but
Yeah, it's a very unique game, but it's so cool though, because there's so much little like shit you can do in it. That I think you would really like it. And the music.
yeah, it
is
sounds
fun.
like something I would like. I mean,
Yeah, and I should also back up and say that it's only a city builder in the way of, it's not that you're being in any way creative, it's just that all the things that you're building on there, like obviously houses for the people, which they call shanties, which could be then upgraded.
They don't have to all be shanties. You could build mansions for your people. It's just that your people can't afford to live in them.
Right, so I mean, you start off with shanties, right? And then eventually, tear those down.
Yeah,
and
you can build like
condos and houses, but-
like a country house or a regular house or a mansion or a tenement where like you just have like 50,000 apartment complex, like a complex with like
Yeah.
100 apartments, and everyone lives like in one apartment, and 50 people live in that one apartment.
But I mean, you're building farms, and that's what's bringing in a lot of your resources to export.
It's really fun, dude. It's a fun game. Like I said, my leader got killed a few times. I do some crazy shit in that game.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I'll have to look into it then.
Yeah.
So that's the strategy part. But you know what I started up today? I've never played it. I know Ryan bought this back when it first released, and I've always loved that series of Dead Rising.
Okay.
Played 1, 2, and 3, loved all of them. And yeah, I just kind of fired up Dead Rising 4 and just played the first like 30 minutes of it before I left today. But I don't know how much more I'll play that. I know it's got like this Christmas theme to it. I forgot the guy's name who was from the original game, and that's kind of like how it all kind of starts out.
Okay.
But yeah, you're just killing zombies any way possibly. But other than that, it's just a zombie slayer game. I think Dead Rising 2 was probably one of my favorites, and then they had some of those DLC ones, like Off the Record was really good. And I remember those were like back on the old consoles. Those were only like $5 a piece. So I would be surprised if a lot of those are even on Game Pass or upgraded in any way. So, and I'm over here by myself, guys. They all left. They all went on break. So, let's see. Anything else that I played with that I didn't put on the list? Let's see. Don't think so. Let's see. Some Apex. No, just watch a lot of that The Boys TV show on Amazon Prime. But not much in the way of video games. Oh, I did play that Pit People game. I don't know if I talked about that last week, but I didn't care for it. That wasn't in the narrator guy was super funny, but yeah, didn't like it. Wasn't my thing. Borderlands 2, may have played a few minutes of that. Let's see, anything else that I played back on? Oh, no, PlayStation. Haven't played much of that one, but Shadow of the Colossus, I did buy that today, so I'll be playing that this week. It was only like $11, $12, pretty cheap. So that's all I played for games. Let's see, what else? What else, folks, that I have here? Awkward. Nobody's here. I don't know why Jonathan's messaging us. Penpoint Red. What are you talking about? Get in here, John. Let's see. For the PC. Nothing on the PC. I need some new PC speakers. Now I'm just rambling. Random shit. Yeah. Let's see. Go to my Steam library, folks. What do we need to play? Wolfenstein Youngblood. I don't know if I'm going to pick that up. It's $30 on Steam and probably on consoles as well. Let's see. Assassin's Creed. No more of that. There is that game, Age of Wonder Planetfall. I don't know why it's playing, but it doesn't look very good. So, let's see. Anything else? Golf with Your Friends. That game is actually pretty fun. I actually played a few minutes of that. It's actually a pretty good game.
Yeah, I don't think I've tried that.
Yeah, that game is actually... I heard... I'm not usually into the golf games, but I know Bayo was talking about it. I was like, snore fast, but then I actually went and watched some of the streams of that game, and I thought, man, that's actually pretty cool. So it's not like this, super hard strategy to it. So a lot of goofiness. That's pretty good.
I think I'd be more into your pinball games you guys play than golf, honestly.
Yeah, and I haven't, since I came back from the arcade, I haven't played any real arcade games or any more pinball. So I definitely got pinballed out at that place, being there for 5 hours.
Speaking of golf, Gunny, you know what's on VR? Everybody's Golf.
Oh, I was gonna say Golf Story, but no, that's only on the Switch,
There's
right?
a demo of that on the PlayStation VR. You can download it. It's pretty cool. You have the move controllers and you like swing the golf club. It's pretty fucking cool. It reminds me of like Wii bowling or so Wii golf.
So do you have to like stand up and actually?
Yeah, you have to like stand up and like move your body and like swing to the side and like you're golfing in a golf course, like in everybody's golf. It's kind of like it's cartoony, like everybody's golf, but you're just swinging the golf club with the move controllers. You hold the play. You have like it tells you like put your right hand here, put your left hand here, like you're holding a golf club, and you fucking swing. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. Yeah.
Four.
Yeah, look who we got. We got
Loco.
Motherfucking Jonathan Haw is back. Woo!
Guys, so I went over and I talked to my cable company.
You got your internet fixed?
Yeah. I gave them I beat them all up. And they fixed my internet. And they said, okay.
Holy hell, you sound like ways better.
Do I sound like $1 million?
2K games, you got some extra tunes. They helped him out, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty tough guy, you guys know. It doesn't sound like it, but I'm pretty fucking ripped.
Okay. All right, guys. So, tell us, Jonathan, what you been playing?
Oh shit! I've been playing some Titanfall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's Titanfall. What else? Shit. Oh man, I've spent too much energy beating up those guys. I can't remember what the hell I was playing. Titanfall 1, Titanfall 2, Gears 4. Nothing special, I think. Yeah. It's been awesome.
All right. Nice.
Oh, I played some Apex. I did all right.
Apex is so much good fucking fun, dude. I love that game.
It's fun for all ages. I was playing with my brother, and I was also playing with my brother and his kid. So he's like 11. He was the guest on our last GFNG, but he's fun to play with. But it was actually the first time I played with my bro on that game, so it was tight. That game brings families together. All I'm saying.
Are they having any new characters coming up soon, or they just released one recently?
No, they just released one at the last season.
Yeah, but there is that one girl though that they have rumors for, right? I'm a little confused. It sounds like a dude character, but there's a girl that is doing the motion capping for it. So we can see what that's all about.
Yeah, because I think Watson was the last one, right?
Yeah. I'm not very good with her. Yeah, just use Octane or Gibbs. Oh,
anything else, Jonathan?
No, that's about it.
All right, well, I guess it's time for the news. It's news time.
I love news.
I need my beeps. Get my beeps in there. Gunny. Hold on. Gunny, it's news time.
Yeah. Woo.
I do that twice. Doing it live.
You made it just in time for the news, Jonathan.
I just sat back down. You all left me. I'll leave you.
All right, gentlemen. Let's get into some news. So, I want to talk about this news real quick for this game called Ooblets. Ooblets, it's a game that's like an indie game. It was apparently coming out on Steam. But Ooblets got offered money by Epic to come over to the Epic store as an Epic Games exclusive. Timed exclusive. So they will eventually come out on Steam, but I don't know. They said they're going to be on Epic for a bit before they come over to Steam. Well, wasn't this game like a Kickstarter game?
It was not.
So I was just going to ask you if it was the same article we read where they gave out the codes, I think. Or no, they promised codes, right, for Steam?
It seems to be a reoccurring theme.
I don't know if it was
It's I think it was a different game, but it seems to be happening a lot. Is this so is the whole Steam and Epic Store, is that almost like on par with the whole Xbox PS4 battle? Like
it almost is like an Xbox PS4 console war type shit. Almost. Yeah.
I think this is almost like now that Epic is becoming more, I'll just say it's more in the limelight now, where I think anything that goes with these Kickstarters, people just need to be...
It wasn't a Kickstarter, though. I will say that.
I mean, they need to be more educated as far as, like, just know that any developer coming in and making any promises that maybe they need to put that into their thing and say, hey, look, if we change platforms or, launchers, then anything can change at any time.
You're right there, Blaise. These guys weren't Kickstarter. They were just promising an indie game, and they were talking to people about developing it, and people were supportive of their development process. So for the past 2 years, they've been developing the game, this dude and his wife, and people, they've been talking to their community, I guess, about the game's development and, what they're building up around it, and people were super supportive of them until they announced that they're going to be an Epic Game Store exclusive at launch. They're not a Kickstarter, so they're not asking people for money. They didn't promise anyone keys, but they were promising to release on the Steam store at first until they got the money to be exclusive. This guy wrote an article or a blog type thing on this website called Medium, and he's talking about how he did not expect a percentage of the people that came out against them when they announced that they were going to go to Epic as exclusive at launch. They said they did expect a small percentage of people to come at them and be mad, but they didn't expect the whole
it's
community
bullshit.
to be pissed off at them. So here's some comments that this dude got on his Discord and on Discord.
These comments are horrible.
Discord, Twitter, all kinds of shit. So these are pretty serious comments.
People are never mean in comments. What are you guys talking about?
So one of them wrote, "I really hope you and your whore wife off yourselves after your game flops. It makes a lot of sense that you shoved your head in Epic's ass for a few extra bucks after finding out you are a Jew."
What?
And another person wrote, "Swallow bleach. Who seeks Patreon support then goes to Epic. Have fun with the 3 people that will play this abomination of a game." Another person wrote, "If I see you on the streets, you're going to have your face smashed in as a wake-up call, Mr. Entitled." Another person wrote...
This look like comments for Fallout 76.
That
commenter sounded pretty entitled.
This other person wrote a really fucking racist
Where's
one.
my good game? Yeah.
This game is going to flop so hard, LMAOOO. It actually already is dead. I'm not going to say the following 2 words, but it's pretty much slurs you can think of, pretty bad racist ones. Devs. Another person said, "When this is all said and done and your game and career are in shambles, I hope your wife leaves you." Based on her post, though, you guys are the perfect pair of shitheads. Oh, man. These are pretty racist. And
I kind of buy this game now to support these guys.
Oh, my God, dude. This is, I thought it was bad. This gets even worse the more the comments goes on and on. Holy shit. This is from Reddit, Discord, Twitter.
Yeah, people are freaking
Messenger.
horrible.
People are fucking pieces of shit.
Well, that's the thing. It could be something good, and the comments are still going to be fucking horrible. That sucks because I said even when you first started reading it, I can see the frustration, this kind of bullshit that they go to an exclusive on one versus it's like on that game Space Hulk when it was coming out for Xbox and PS4. If they had. It wasn't a Kickstarter, but I was all excited about it. Then they decided at the very last minute they went PS4 only, and it really sucked. It bummed the shit out of me. But it's not like I had money invested in it, and these people aren't kickstarting it. What the fuck?
Well, that's what this guy is saying.
Exactly,
he's saying that every time he goes out, when he replies that, he's saying look, whenever we mention that, as random people, we were just making a game. We don't owe anyone anything.
Right. Yeah.
People become really pissed off at them.
and they act entitled. Man, that one fucking guy calling them entitled. Holy shit. That was the icing, because that guy is a fucking dumbass. I hope he's listening to this show and just dumbass.
People are dumb, man. If you're gonna go after a developer because they're going to an Epic Store exclusive, that's no different from from all kinds of stuff. From a game going to PlayStation only, or Xbox only, or anything.
Let's just put it this way: say, Jesus, you were going for a new job, right? And there's one company, they offered you one rate, and then you said, okay, yeah, that sounds good. I think I'm gonna go with you guys. But then the next day, another company calls you up and they offer you a better rate. Well, you go with that company. Do you owe that other company anything? No, you don't owe them shit. You're not their employee yet. You don't owe them anything. It's basically the same thing as that.
Yeah, it's not like I signed a contract or
Good
anything.
example.
You know?
Exactly. Like you were just like, yeah, I think that sounds good, but like somebody else offers you a better offer. Hey, like Epic offered them a better
It's
offer.
like Ninja with Mixer and Twitch. He was getting
Right.
paid all right on Twitch, but I'm pretty sure Mixer came over and said, "Hey, dude, we're gonna pay you this much money, guaranteed." He's probably like, "All right, fuck it, I'll move over to Mixer. Sounds like a good deal."
Hey, do you think
Hasta la
also?
Vista, Hulu, or no, Twitch.
I was going to say, do you think also that just kind of bringing that whole Ninja example thing, like maybe they probably saw that like Google Stadia is coming up pretty soon, and they've got the YouTube thing, and they probably thought, well, let's secure Ninja,
Well, we're seeing this a lot with the Epic Store. We're seeing a lot with the Epic Store, and people are complaining about Epic. What happens when, beginning this fall, we're going to start hearing stories of Stadia has secured this exclusive. Stadia has secured this
that's the other thing.
Stadia now secured this game as an exclusive. This indie dev is now making games for Stadia only. We're going to hear a lot of these stories. You may think we're not, but Google is a big fucking company, and they're going to pay money if they're really serious about this gaming, and they're really serious about making this a platform for gamers. They're going to know that they need exclusives, so they're going to go out to indie devs, most likely indie devs, because they're not going to try to secure like Ubisoft as an exclusive. That's too much. It's too big for them, right? They don't want to pay that much money.
Right.
But they can secure like an indie dev, like some little dude making fucking a serial killer game or something like, hey, we got this new serial killer game or whatever, Jason, whatever, Friday the 13th, the new game coming out and Stadia exclusive. Woo! And,
Right. I mean, you've seen that from Microsoft. You've seen even statements from Sony to say that, like we want to say that we're competitors with the PC market, people that like this. So why not include, now we have mouse and keyboard on
think about what's
consoles.
Think about what's made Nintendo Switch a very viable platform and very good at a very good platform so far. Is there exclusives? I'm not gonna lie, they do have good exclusives. They have wonderful exclusives. Mario and Zelda make them a shitload of money, but at the same time, they've been able to get everybody from Steam to come over to their platform and release, like fucking, what's that fucking game that Ryan's wife plays all the fucking time?
Oh, Stardew Valley?
Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
They release shit like that, Stardew Valley, and all this shit, like little games like that, like little management games. And this, they got Fire Emblem. They got these super big exclusives, but at the same time, throughout the whole year, every week, they have at least 3 or 4 indie games coming out on their platform. Not exclusives, but you never know. Because, Nintendo doesn't need to buy exclusives. They have major exclusives. But, like, Stadia does need to buy some, and they will buy some, and I hope that we as gamers know that we don't have to threaten fucking people to do shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Say that.
It's never okay to say these kind of comments to people. I mean,
Say that
these
English
comments-
is a cable company.
If you were going to play this game on Steam, on a PC on Steam,
Yeah.
and you absolutely want to play this fucking game and you're mad that it went to Epic, it's not fucking hard to download the Epic launcher and buy this fucking game from Epic. You know what I mean? Don't be a little bitch and a little fucking... It's just a little bitch, a little fucking whiny, complaining, entitled fuck. And sit there and be, I'm going to complain. I don't want to download a launcher. And be a little bitch about it. And fucking cry and threaten somebody and be racist against somebody. Because you're fucking entitled as fuck that you want people to push shit on your fucking the launcher that you have on your PC. Fuck you. How about you go and download a launcher?
And here's another
Most people are lucky that Steam is even a fucking thing. Because if Steam wasn't around, we would all have to download launchers for every fucking publisher. Because every fucking publisher would have a launcher. People are lucky that Steam even is around, dude. If Steam wasn't around, think about how it would be. Everyone would have a fucking launcher. You would have a launcher for every single fucking publisher out there. EA would have one. Well, they do already. Yep. But, like, you would only be able to buy EA games on the EA launcher. You're only able to buy Ubisoft games on the Ubisoft launcher. You want to play Call of Duty? You must play the Call of Duty launcher. You can't buy that shit on Steam. Like, everyone would have it. And people are lucky Steam even exists, dude. And
I think another good approach, too, might be the fact, and I think this would be perfectly fine. If you came in and you looked at that and you said, you know what? I don't have any consoles. I'm only PC, and I love my Steam. And you know what? Maybe just put on there, hey, look, when your stuff comes to Steam, because I think this is a bad practice of what you just did, and I'm not going to support you in the future. Right? You're speaking with your wallet, right? You're just
don't be racist about it. If you don't like it,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what I kind of did with that Deathwing. Like, yeah, I didn't buy Space Hulk Deathwing on a PS4 and until it went on sale down the road. But yeah, I held my guns. I'm like, I'm not gonna support this because that's a bullshit move you guys did. But I definitely didn't write in and call over and threaten them and shit.
Just don't be threatening people and be racist like this, man. That makes us as gamers look like fucking assholes. And the truth is that 99% of gamers probably aren't like that. But you know what? It's that 1% vocal fucking pieces of shits that make everyone else look like shit. Kind of like gun owners. Not everyone goes and does a mass shooting, but the 1% of fucking crazy motherfuckers that do make all gun owners look bad. Exactly Absolutely. Like that. You know what I mean? That's exactly the same fucking argument.
And
just
I
like drug users, just like...
Well, I think unfortunately these people that are making these comments, they're going to be hypocrites with the whole Google Stadia thing, because Stadia is probably going to get exclusives too. Mm-hmm. Do you think these people are going to trash Stadia? Probably not. Like they're probably just going to trash Epic. I think it's just an Epic thing. Like they have so much hatred towards Epic that they're making all these racist and negative remarks that are just horrible remarks. Like.
Because it's not like it's a PlayStation or an Xbox. Like PlayStation and Xbox exclusives are even worse.
Do the same thing. They're not going to say that to Stadia.
Yeah, like people don't get this mad at Xbox and PlayStation exclusives. Like no one is messaging Naughty Dog and saying, "Hey, fuck you, go kill yourselves for not releasing The Last of Us 2 on the Xbox." It's like no, and that's even worse of an exclusive deal because you legitimately cannot even download the fucking game anyway.
Right.
Unless you buy a PlayStation. At least on the PC, literally, dude, it takes me 1 second to go to epic.com, download a fucking launcher, and you download the launcher, and that's all you need is a fucking download. That's all you need
that
to
is
play
ultimate. Wait, that would be like if it was a PS4 exclusive and being able to go to my Xbox and flipping a switch and have to play my PS4 games. Like, fuck you guys, making me do this shit,
making me turn on my other console. How dare you?
That'd be like having to download the PS4 app on your Xbox. I'm like, I have to download this app on my Xbox. What?
Bullshit. Fuck you guys.
Exactly. That's exactly it right there. Like you had to download the PS4 app to play The Last of Us 2 on your Xbox. God.
Fucking Nazis.
Fucking guys are the worst. How dare you? People are ridiculous.
You guys should be in the next Wolfenstein because I want to get you.
I don't get what the logic is. Like, these PC gamers get fucking riled up. And it's like, dude, like, you have that much hatred over clicking another icon? Like, it's not that hard to click another icon, dude. I don't get it. Like, I always give Mayo shit because I think Mayo's coming around on it because he's understanding the logic that we're coming at him with. Because me and Gunny, we've been console gamers, so we know what exclusives mean. Exclusives on consoles is exclusive, motherfucker. Like, you cannot play Mario Odyssey on your Xbox. You just can't. You have to go buy a fucking Switch. You cannot play Halo on your PlayStation. It just doesn't work.
And the other thing too is like a lot of these exclusives are ending up being timed exclusives. Yeah, so like if it really bothers you that much, just wait
a fucking year.
Yeah.
Wait.
If it really bothers you that much, wait.
Either support it or don't support it.
And when it does come, it's probably going to be in a lot better shape and cheaper than at the fucking...
And you'll get like the Ultimate Edition for like $10 or something. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, like all the DLC with it. And like all that stuff.
The fuck? People get so complaining and bitchy about shit. Dude, it's just crazy to me how they get... I don't want to download another launcher on my PC.
It's an icon I can't click.
I don't want that icon on my PC, Gunny.
Hey guys. Oh wait, I thought Alan Wake was free on the Epic Store. What the hell?
It was. They changed it, Gunny.
$15. I missed it.
Oh, Gunny's pissed.
Oh my god.
You missed it. You should have gone.
Good. Gunny's writing the letter.
No, time to send them tweets and get on their Discord. Get on their Discord.
I just sent them a message.
Angry comments out there, Gunny.
And like you didn't even read some of the worst these. Just like there's some worse ones that you didn't even read. So, like,
I know. There's a reason I didn't read them because they're fucking worse and worse.
Oh my god,
they get worse and worse, man. That list is crazy. Like holy shit, I was like,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, have you guys ever gone into one of those comment like on South Park how Randy or whatever would just get drunk and go in the comment section and start just like arguing with everybody? Have you guys ever done that before?
No, I've never done that before. It's stupid.
I've done that a few times. It was pretty therapeutic. I would do it like once a week or so, just like raw.
Just get in there and fucking argue with people. No, I don't do that shit, man.
I don't do it anymore as much.
Just I don't know, man. I hope that the people at Ooblets understand that the whole gaming community isn't like that. You know, this is exactly the same thing that happened to that Fez dude. That's why he doesn't make games anymore. What's his name again? Something Fish.
Phil.
I don't know.
From that 70s
Phil
show?
Fish. Yeah, he made that Fez game, and that was a little indie game, and he got so much shit from like the gaming community that he was like, fuck gamers. Gamers are the worst people to ever make anything for.
Oh, I bet.
They're unappreciative. They don't give a fuck about what you make or the hard work you put into it. They don't see your sacrifices.
And they'll pick everything apart.
Yeah, and all they expect is perfection. And if the game is not perfect when it releases, then you're screwed. Because that's all they expect is perfection. So, yeah, he hates gamers. Yeah. I remember he said that.
Hates gamers.
He said that on Twitter. He's like, gamers are a bunch of entitled assholes that just talk shit to us. Anyways, moving on to more news, guys. Let's go on here and talk about loot boxes. Apparently now, according to the Federal Trade Commission in the United States, they had a public panel on microtransactions in video games. The ESA, which is the Entertainment Software Association, announced that all three console platform holders, so that's Nintendo, Xbox, and Sony, have agreed to a voluntary change in their policies toward loot boxes. It says here, though the ESA's Michael Warnick defended the practice in broad terms, he said going forward, any new games or game updates that add loot boxes on Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony platforms will be required to disclose the rarity rates of items. So, here you go. So it says here this specifically is going to apply to new games and game updates that add loot box features, and it will require the disclosure of the relative rarity or probabilities of obtaining randomized virtual items in games available on platforms. Yeah. So there you go, guys.
That's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that, guys. You know, and if you want to go even as far as to say that, you know, they're bad for my health and I don't know what else, but
that's awesome that you said that, because I was thinking with those, it's just like having the ingredients on the box of a box of food or whatever.
According to this, the ESA said
like
that
nutrition thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
if you're gonna do that damage to yourself,
nobody looks at that shit. So
the ESA said that the following publishers are already going to comply to this by the end of this year, which will be Activision Blizzard, Bandai Namco, Bethesda, Bungie, EA, Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony, Take-Two Interactive, Ubisoft, Warner Brothers, and the Wizards of the Coast. So these disclosures are going to be coming in by the end of 2020. There's other ESA members and companies joining the fold as well. This is going to affect games also on your phone. So Apple and Google platforms are going to be showing the disclosure as well. It says here, Capcom said, Capcom will continue to comply with the industry standard practices such as disclosure for in-game purchases, labels on packaging. Furthermore, to clarify, Capcom does not currently have console games that support purchasable loot boxes offering in-game virtual items, but we will continue to monitor standards for potential policies in the future. EA said the following: we applaud the new initiatives from console makers and publishers to provide more information to players. Beginning last year, we introduced probability disclosures where applicable in all our new games across all platforms, and will continue to provide this information to help our players as we move forwards. Epic Games said earlier this year, the Fortnite Save the World team made a change that showed players every item that they would get in a paid llama before opening it. Earlier this week, the team at Psyonix announced a similar change coming later this year to paid crates in Rocket League. Going forward, we are committed to the same transparency for player purchases in all Epic Game titles. Microsoft said this: we believe in transparency with customers and providing them information for making their purchase decision. This is a new policy that affects all new apps or games by 2020, offering loot boxes or other mechanisms on Microsoft platforms that provide randomized virtual items for purchase must disclose to customers prior to purchase the odds of receiving each item. In addition, we're proud to offer robust family settings that offer further control over in-game purchasing. Yeah, fuck yeah! They all gave a bunch of statements.
Bring it all in there. I'm perfectly happy with this, right? Because if I want to be a responsible adult or non-responsible,
according to Psyonix,
go in there.
Rocket League said that they were planning to do away with loot boxes later this year.
Interesting.
Rocket League, no more loot boxes. Woo!
Yay! No, I like the
Who
angle of all
bought them?
this shit.
Somebody bought them.
Epic.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Fucking epic,
fucking
bro.
epic.
Fucking epic.
Fucking epic.
I'm never going to
Sony
play that
got
game
it.
again. Send them messages. Fuck you and Epic. I'm never going to download your game. We can sellouts.
Rocket League 2 is only on the Epic Store. Oh
I
my
used to
God.
support your game when you were out. Remember that game? The game popularity when it first came out on PlayStation, on PS Plus or whatever. Games with gold for PlayStation.
What's up? Oh, wait, Rocket League? Or?
Yeah, that's the first. When that game first came out, it launched exclusively on PlayStation Plus with gold.
That was a nice
PS
surprise.
Gold. And that thing became a hit from that PS. Everyone was
That's
like,
right.
You must get PlayStation Gold to download this crazy new card game, this soccer game." And since that year, dude, it blew up, man. It just became huge. It like took over everything. And that game is amazing, dude. That fucking Rocket League, it still runs, and it's still like populated like a motherfucker. You go on Xbox and you play that thing, you always find matches like easily, like 30,000 people playing online all the time.
Yeah, it was strong on Twitch.com for the longest
I'm pretty
time.
sure it's still going. It's probably not. I don't know if it's still on Steam. Probably not. But,
I mean, it's still fairly strong with the viewers, I think, too. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty
good- it's a
popular
good,
game. It's just a fun game to
streaming
watch,
game.
and it's a fun game to play. It's just like if you mess up, you're like, whatever, dude. I'm driving a fucking car with a rocket attached to it.
like, I know watching pros play that is so interesting too. Like, I forget what it was, but they had this tournament one time that I actually watched like the finals of the tournament, and this U.S. team did like so well, and they actually won the tournament.
Yeah.
Oh man, imagine that game. Like if say they keeping it up or whatever, but like that HoloLens AR thing that they're showing with Minecraft. But if you could actually have a table where you're watching actually like Rocket League matches, that'd be the shit.
Yeah, and we're in augmented reality. Oh.
It's like watch on your table, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some more
Bring me a
news.
barf bucket, John. Watching that game with cars upside down and everything. Oh man.
Moving on to more news now. Xbox news. Phil Spencer on Twitter replied to this guy asking about, since, like Amazon, they have a deal with Twitch, and they own Twitch. So people that use stuff and view broadcasters and streamers on Twitch, they get a chance to get a free subscription to whoever they want to on Twitch because of Amazon Prime. So they're saying that this person asked Phil Spencer if they plan to do that with the Xbox. Like maybe Game Pass people or Xbox Live Gold people can get a subscription on Mixer to subscribe to like people on Mixer. And Phil Spencer said, we're always listening and learning. Lots of people have suggested we find some connection between Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and Mixer subs, which makes a ton of sense. Good ideas. And that's all he said, and this became a news article. Can you believe that? That's all.
Good idea.
That's all he said. Good idea.
Great response. I think
That's all he said. And this
awesome.
became a news article. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Cool. Good idea.
Good idea.
Phil's a smart guy.
Breaking news.
Breaking news from Phil Spencer. I mean, I think that eventually they will come up with like, hey, if you're part of Game Pass Ultimate, you get a free sub on something.
It'd be cool if they did that, yeah.
Because later this month, Blaise, the subs are coming to everyone. Woo! Yeah,
Can't wait.
Make all the subs and all the embers. Woo! It's going to be dope.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah, fuck yeah. So yeah, I'm wondering like if they're gonna do that, and even if they do something where like if you're part of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, maybe you get like loot for those games or something. Like, hey, you get loot for like Gears of War, Gears of War 5. If you like watch people stream Gears of War, you get like special skins or something. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of.
Well, they did that with Forza, right? So
They did, yeah. They did that
why
with
not do it with
Forza, and they
Gears? I'm
did.
sure Halo will have its own with watch it. If you watch Ninja or any other stream that
watch
has
any stream that has Gears on it, and you get like, hey, you get this or whatever, or Halo, you get like a special gun skin. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Cool.
Nah, I can't wait till subs come on Mixer. That's gonna be awesome.
I'm hyped for it too, dude. Later this month, they already announced it. Pretty soon.
Is it officially announced till later this month? Officially?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, because I'm part of that, the Embers, the last test or whatever, and they said on there, like, hey, yeah, we're gonna launch like they're calling it a beta kind of. They're saying that they're gonna launch it like into beta form, like this fall. It's gonna launch completely this fall, but they're gonna do like the beginning of it this month, like the beta this month. So
okay,
I'm assuming,
I was saying like November. That's
what I'm thinking. November is probably the full launch. But they said like anyone who's been part of the Embers for All bullshit, like you guys are gonna be in there first, and then you're gonna test it out, and then we're gonna launch it. Because they're also like, before, I don't know if you knew this, Blaise, but in the past, a partner would get paid Embers every 90 days or something like that, every 3 months. Like, they would wait to pay you a check 3 months after the month ended. So, like, if you made money for June, you get paid 60 days later, or 90 days later, or something like that.
That's kind of weird.
So it was like a month ahead. Like, yeah, like you were like a month behind on the payment or something. But now they're saying that since they're going to be paying directly out to PayPal or your bank account, depends whichever one you link, they're going to be paying out your Embers and your subscriptions directly to that. So they said that they're going to switch it to where every person that's making money on Mixer, whichever way you're making it, subscriptions or Embers, you're going to be able to get paid out at the end of the 30 days. So like at the end of the month, they're going to send you the payment right away, which makes a whole lot more fucking sense than waiting like an extra 60 fucking days to get a fucking payment. You know what I mean? Because who the hell wants to wait 2 months to get a payment for something you did 2 months before? Makes no sense. That's how they were doing it, and that's kind of crazy to me that like partners stuck through that and we're dealing with that payment system. That's kind of weird. Anyways, moving on.
Make a living that way.
Head of Xbox Phil Spencer has confirmed that single-player focused games will continue to launch on the Xbox platform in the years to come.
Good idea.
Good idea. Let me tell you this. Another article written from Twitter. So somebody on Twitter asked this to Phil Spencer. They said, hey, can you at least tell me more single-player games are coming to Xbox in the years to come? And this is what Phil Spencer said. Yes, I can confirm.
Sorry, go ahead. Start again.
With the addition to XGS, I'm assuming that's Xbox. What's XG? What the fuck is that?
Ooh, XGS. Oh, they're going to make a system for your butt.
With the additions to all Xbox game studios, we have a lot of teams that have built strong SP-focused games, and we want that to continue. And this became a news article. God damn fucking news articles. This is the worst writing ever. Who writes these fucking things, man? Who the fuck
People
writes
that want
these articles?
clicks, I guess.
Jesus.
Good idea.
Good idea. Phil Spencer's breaking news, guys. Breaking news. I might as well just go to Twitter and like watch Phil Spencer's Twitter account.
Yeah.
I should tweet at him.
What did you say today?
Wait.
I should tweet at him
right now.
I should tweet at him right now and ask him a question and see if he replies to me and be like, breaking news. Phil Spencer said yes.
He's like, that'd be awesome. He responded, good idea.
Good idea, Jesus.
Yeah. He said it was a good idea.
Phil Spencer.
It's broken.
Is the new Xbox going to be under $500? He's going to reply, good idea. We're like, breaking news. Xbox under $500. Let me tell you what his greatest new breaking news is. Let me see his tweets and replies. I'm looking at his latest reply.
I know. I see it's like going forward, yes, we are going to launch on Steam.
Okay. Breaking news. Breaking news, guys. Breaking news.
Yeah.
All right, so he's replying to somebody that asked him a question, and he said, going forward, yes, we are going to launch on Steam. As far as going back for things already launched, I think that it will be on a case-by-case basis just due to the work involved. So that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Xbox games coming to Steam. Breaking news.
I told it 2 years ago.
Heard
on the show.
here
Go back.
first.
Episode 101.
Because like, the question was basically, it's like, hello, Phil. I want to know if in any future they have planned to launch in Steam more games of Xbox studios like Forza Horizon 4, Crackdown 3, and greetings from Argentina.
Yeah.
See, it wasn't me reading about it. It was an Argentinian. They just can't type frig. So, but yeah. Yeah, they were just asking if there's going to be Xbox games coming to Steam, and it said yes. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking epic. Fucking
Whoa. Phil Spencer said it here first, guys. Breaking news.
Breaking news. Good idea.
To Steam. Good idea. Good idea. Every week.
Oh, dude. No, Jesus. We should reply to Phil on that one. Good idea right now.
We should reply to him. Good idea.
Good idea. I'm doing it.
An R at the end of it.
Good idea. Oh, good idea. I'm doing it.
I want everybody to do that right now.
I'm going to reply to him.
Good idea.
IDA.
Good idea. Oh wait, thumbs up, and good idea, thumbs up, and then should I tag you guys in there too? I'm gonna tag you guys and
tag me on there.
I'm gonna put good idea, and that's it. Good idea.
Do it right now.
Good idea. Okay, fine. I'll just do
mine with an R.
Thumbs up, reply.
Good idea.
Good idea. I hearted your idea.
You hearted my good idea?
Oh, this is awesome. I loved it.
Good idea.
Phil's like, what the fuck, guys?
Yo, Phil listens to the show, guys. I emailed him once to listen to the podcast. I don't know if he listened or not, but I totally sent him a link to his email. He replied. He was like, thanks for the email. I appreciate it. Then he probably blocked me after that, but I told him good idea.
Anyways, all right, we'll keep you guys up if you reply.
We'll keep you guys updated on all the ideas Phil Spencer has, all the breaking news.
The breaking news with Phil Spencer.
That'll be a new segment of the show.
The Phil Spencer's breaking news every week. You know what, guys? During the summer when like the news is really slow on games, we should just like tweet at Phil Spencer and we just make up news.
Just tell him we need good
Phil
ideas.
Phil Spencer, what do you think of Chick-fil-A? And he's going to be like, I think it's pretty good. Good idea.
You can just forward all Brian Topes Jr.'s questions of his way.
That's a good idea. We just ask him
good
all
idea.
Brian Topes Jr. And Phil Spencer's going to be like, good idea, guys. Good idea. Everyone should go tweet at Phil. Good idea when you listen to this podcast. Just go reply to this.
Good idea. Everything.
Go to the comments.
I heard he's a good guy.
Go to the comments that we were left and just reply good idea. I want to see how many listeners are actually going to go tweet at him. Good idea. Just that's all you have. The good idea. Nothing else. Just good idea.
I'm doing that right now.
You can do it. It's easy.
It's easy. Just you see our comments on there. Good idea.
No, you should have him do HGP as a good idea or something.
Yeah. HGP, good idea. Just do that. It's gonna be like, what the fuck is HGP?
You'll be like, what?
What is this? What's going on? Anyways, guys, let's move on here to some more serious news besides the good ideas.
Serious.
Guys, there's no evidence that violent video games are causing mass shootings, despite politicians' claims. So last week, I don't know if you guys been paying attention to the news or not, but of course, video games have been part of the news last week because of, unfortunately, some tragedies that happened over the course of the last 2 weeks or so. And politicians, like our president and others, have decided to go after video games and blame them for causing violence in our country. I want to tell everyone out there, like, man, video games, I don't think they cause violence, and I don't even think a little kid playing a video game will cause a little kid to be violent.
No.
On the opposite, I actually think that video games let you release your aggression in a way that's actually safer than releasing your aggression on like the like. I mean, I would rather shoot a fucking thing in a game than shoot like a gun in real life. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, like I wouldn't
fit of anger, anything. Man, or like punch up. Like, why would you punch a wall? Like, punch a wall in a game, or play a boxing game, play a fighting game. I don't know. It just to me seems like a better form of a release of aggression, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly like you're saying, Jesus. I mean, studies have actually shown this the opposite. Like, people playing video games, they actually have an outlet for their aggression, so they don't need to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same kind of thing where they're arguing that like porn, causes people to do like sexual assaults and stuff. And you're like, no, dude, it's just like a release. If it just lets you vent in another way. But yeah, it definitely doesn't. It's just dumb, and I'm just surprised. Because politicians, this isn't new. Politicians have always tried to like blame video games instead of like.
It's not video games. It's the music, right? The music.
instead of tackling the situation. But I'm just surprised at some of the hearing that the ESPN was delaying the Apex Legends tournaments. Like that's bullshit. Like it was dumb enough that
Walmart taking down all their signs for video games.
So
and
Walmart has decided to take down
demos for
all signs
it's actually happened.
of violent video games.
Shit's actually resulting from it. It's like fucking A. Like,
well, not only that too. This week, State of Decay usually does Tuesday streams. They actually canceled their streams because of all this stuff. Yeah, they canceled their streams.
You gotta be kidding me, dude. Like, there's a point in where this is getting too fucking far. Walmart got a petition signed by over 40-something thousand employees that work for them. They're fucking employees that said, hey, we should stop selling guns in our fucking store. And Walmart, instead of saying, okay, maybe we should side with our employees, or 40,000 of them, maybe we should stop selling guns. Why not? Or lock them up or do something different, No, we're going to instead take down all the posters for violent video games. So think of Grand Theft Auto, like a poster for Call of Duty. Oh, no, take that shit down. The posters for any shooting game, take those down. Posters for any violent movies, take those down. Because we can't depict violence in our store, but yet we can have a shotgun on display. Because our founding fathers wanted it that way. That's what our founding fathers wanted. They wanted guns on display at Walmart. It's like, what the fuck, man? This is stupid. You know what I mean? That's a stupid fucking thing that Walmart did.
It's hella aggravating. And it did make me so mad because I figured Walmart, it's kind of like the people fucking themselves over for the most part. I don't even know, but I expected it to kind of stop there, but as soon when it hit ESPN and all that shit, now you're invading into my territory or whatever.
Well, I saw that. That was wasn't it that was an Apex tournament, right? Like a championship. That they were doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're actually going to stream it on ESPN and CBS, and because they're all owned by Disney, I think. CBS and ESPN, those fuckers. They're like, no, we're not going to show this. We'll show it on a delay, maybe a few weeks from now.
Guys, I have something to tell you.
What the fuck, dude?
Okay, Gunny, what's your view on all this shit?
Well, I'm thinking back to when I don't know who had the manifesto. Was it the recent one in Ohio, or was it the Garlic Gilroy Festival one?
It was the El Paso, the Texas
El Paso one that mentioned the Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And so that now it seems to be this focus on with the, general population of this Call of Duty game, but it seems like Fortnite almost gets a fucking pass, It's more cartoony and it's not really that violent. But
so good. Are you saying that
right? We're in this blame society, of what we're going to attack. And I was thinking back to when it might have been. I want to say it was the Sandy Hook shooting, and I remember I was driving at the time, and I was going to a lot of rural areas, and my wife had called or texted me about. And this is when my son is in elementary school. He might have been in, or even. Middle school, I think he was in the 4th grade, and remember telling me that there might have been an active shooter near the school, and that the police were, and they had helicopters out, and and they got the school on lockdown. And I remember not being in a good service area, and just all these things are going through my mind, right? Because I can't get a hold of her, right? Yeah. And I remember thinking, I think I
fucking violent video games. God damn it! That's the first one.
But Jesus, I remember Fortnite. Long and short, I finally got a hold of her, or I got my boss to get a hold of her, right? And, whatever, they caught the guy, or everything's fine, and, the children are fine. But I was really freaked the hell out,
Everyone is, man.
Did you want to see that? Do you want to see that taken out on video games? Do you think video games was the cause of this?
But it wasn't the first thing that ran through my mind, and it was... and that was never brought up then with people that were, being violent, whether it be with the Sandy Hook or even all these other things we've heard of over the last,
I mean, shit. I remember when Columbine happened. Yeah, I was a little goth kid back then, and that fucking ruined trench coats for me.
But here's the thing that gets me too is you get all these people that, whether they be on social media, and they all attack President Trump on everything. Everything he says is completely wrong, right? everything. You just want to do the complete opposite. Now, when he comes out and says, that in his personal opinion and video games are the problem, now everybody fucking agrees with him. What the hell is going on with this country,
Oh, I know.
Like,
this is
people
one.
can't make up their damn minds.
Well, politics is tricky, but look, I agree with you. I'm very shocked that other powers that be are actually following suit on this whole video game thing. Because it's been like empty words. It's been like a diversion blame before. It's not the first time they're fucking playing video games, but it's definitely the first time it seems that they're fucking acting on it, and it's kind of scary because it sucks. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and especially when there's science out there that like literally proves the opposite, and yet they're not paying attention to it.
Derreck, we've read article after article that we've read in the news over the years about how that were video game related, but there are thousands of other situations where it has absolutely nothing to do with video games. Right? They just happen to be playing a video game at the time, or somebody was shot over a video game, or they were about to play a video game. But there are just thousands of other cases of
one of the
you mean
gun
millions
violence
of
permit
cases.
shooting. I
nothing to do
mean,
with it.
that guy had something to do with video games, but
that involve cars and and natural disasters, and I don't know. It's just it's just nuts that people always like. Now it's just video games are the focus. And
Well, I guess if anything, that kind of like makes me a little. I mean, so Australia has some pretty strict rules on their video games, right? I think I'm like they have a lot more
I don't
censorship
think they're
on their
very
video games.
strict, but they are. I mean, there's a few games you can't play.
Yeah, so I feel if anything, we'll just get to that. But it's just bullshit that we're even going. That it's a fucking discussion. It's just shit. But
let me tell you. Let me give you guys this headline here from the Washington Post. Video games don't cause mass shootings, but gamer culture encourages hate.
I hate that.
Jesus on how it brings out the mental illness in people.
Listen, Gunny, you are a white male, all right? You are a white male, and you people, Gunny, run around with your guns encouraging hate. Damn it. So this article is pretty much saying that white male gamers have been catered to.
I mean,
hate.
they probably are the most vocal on
Ryan
Reddit.
brings out a point, right? They have all kinds of video games in Canada, right? Everybody has. I mean, it's a pretty big culture up there, but they don't have this problem with guns.
I mean, it's
other countries don't have that problem with mass
The
shootings.
United
I
States is
honestly
fucking
think that
stupid.
it's a culmination of different things, man. At the end of the day,
Exactly.
I think that media coverage of this shit, when
bad.
somebody gets media coverage of 24 hours a day, you're showing the person's face on camera and saying their name, and people kind of like, I think that puts it in your head, that think to yourself, like, man, I can get lots of people attention if I do something
Well,
like
shit.
this.
I mean, and there's other. Oh, man, all the
and-
8chan shit that encourages it is really bad.
Just, you know what I mean? There's a lot of times that people feel like they have no other way out. There's other times where people just, like I posted in a comment or a post this week on my personal Facebook, and I shared an article that was about this video game causes violence, and I said video games don't cause violence. What the fuck? Hold on, let me see what the fuck I said exactly. Let me go to my Facebook machine. I have it on here somewhere.
Yeah, I kind of read through that and yours and Ryan's.
Yeah.
But and who you got? Vengeful Jedi. He lives up in Chicago. I never see him he probably posts every day about the shootings that happen there and the people that die. Kids.
Yeah. So I pretty much said this, like, if you sit there and think video games are the sole cause of violence and the reason people snap and go shoot up a public space, you are the problem. Let's take a look at the lack of fucking support for mental health care in this country, or the fact that most men, when they tell a friend, hey man, I'm feeling down, the friend will 9 out of 10 times say, oh yeah, well, tough shit, it's life, deal with it. And we need to learn how to listen better and help each other out before people get pushed to the fucking brink of it all and think, fuck it, there's nothing to lose. We must be the change. Tell your friends you love them. Show them there's someone listening when they think no one is.
And offer to play video games with them.
Honestly, man, like
doing?
there's a lot of times where I have some friends of mine that feel like they don't know who to go to or what to turn to, or they feel depressed, or they feel down, or they feel like life just fucking sucks. Because you know what? Unfortunately, man, life isn't always great. Life sometimes just fucking sucks. And I've been through that. I've been there. And I know how that feels when you feel like you have no one to turn to. No one's understanding you. And as much as you try to explain to your friend, like, look, man, like I'm trying to explain to you, my life sucks. And they're just like, well, dude, like, just deal with it. Yeah,
I know. I've probably been guilty of that too.
Must, and I've done it too. Yeah. You know, like I've done it too, because you don't know how to respond as a man. You're like, hey, like, I don't know how to respond to this shit. But like, we must understand that as people, that we probably should be a little bit more open to like listening to people and understanding their situation and empathize with them. You know, sympathize, whatever. You know, if you've been there or if you've not been there, just understand them. You know, because some people just maybe that's all they fucking need is someone to listen for a second. And that doesn't just save people from like. That doesn't just save people from causing violence against others, but it could help them from hurting themselves.
I just can't wait till we have like little therapy robots. I think that'll help a lot. Like a little robot buddy that'll just sit on your shoulder and be like John, you're the greatest, the best.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
Anyway,
yeah,
how about
totally.
just therapy, you know? Not about therapy robot, but a real person.
I'd rather have a therapy robot, but I'll take therapy too. I mean, I've done therapy before. It's pretty like because you know I like when my dad passed and stuff. It was pretty. I went through some shit or whatever. But yeah, therapy is good to do. It lets you talk shit out, and you know it shouldn't be as taboo as some people like think about. I think it's becoming more like acceptable to like, oh, I go to therapy, but robot therapy, though, I'm all about. Anyways, go on.
Anyways, moving on to the last piece of news that we have here, and our friend Blaise kind of reminded me of it. It's this news about 2K. So apparently 2K has been harassing this YouTuber. A YouTuber who apparently he shared some stuff, right, that 2K didn't want him to share. And but it was all like stuff that they put on. Didn't they put it on their Twitch or something, or their YouTube or something? Were they streaming it or some shit?
Basically, they made a test account on Twitch, and these people sort of like hacked into the test account or something like that, and saw like some screen images.
Yeah, but this guy apparently, you know, he's been getting harassed by Take-Two, and apparently, this dude went on Reddit, and he said he actually has made a YouTube video, and he said that Take-Two sent private investigators to his house, and he was like, "What the fuck? What are you guys doing in my house? Like, at my backyard?" And they're like, "Well, we're here with 2K, and we got to ask you some questions." And he's like, "Okay." And they ask him questions about like, where did he get the content? What did he do? What does he do on YouTube? What's his channel? All this shit. And they just asked him all these questions, right? And apparently he's being harassed by them. And on top of that, like he said, like a few minutes after they left, after the investigators left his house, like an hour later, he got like a bunch of DMCA alerts on his YouTube account. So that's like a, you know, whatever's like a copyright infringement or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Shit.
Strikes.
He got a bunch of those on his YouTube. He got like 7 of them in a row from 2K. From 2K, all of them from 2K. So,
damn.
So yeah, they apparently tried to take down all his content, and you know they were trying to like get his account blocked or banned from YouTube. He said that a bunch of those fell through, but a couple of them stuck. And then he's like, "What the fuck?" You know, like they took down my content. It sucks. But this is what Take-Two.
Say that 10 times fast.
Take-Two and 2K have to say, guys. So they've now responded to the allegations from popular YouTube creator Submato, who claimed that he was unfairly and excessively targeted by the companies after he posted a series of videos including leaked content from the upcoming game Borderlands stream. This is what Take-Two said. They said, Take-Two and 2K take the security and confidentiality of trade secrets very seriously. The action we've taken is the result of a 10-month investigation and a history of this creator profiting from breaking our policies, leaking confidential information about our product, and infringing our copyrights. Yeah.
So AKA, don't fuck with Tute.
2K.
I've had that speech given to me by 2K.
What do you think of this, guys? I mean,
Hey,
And
So fuck
I've
with
had
them.
I've had this speech given to me by 2K.
you have 2 tanks show up at your house to beat your ass.
In the
No,
FBI.
I went and tested Duke Nukem Forever
Oh, what they do?
down at 2K in Nevada, Marin.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so-
you weren't
the
supposed
guy
to
was
tell
just
us
a fucking
Uh-oh.
asshole.
You weren't supposed to tell us that, Gunny. They're gonna show up to your house now.
I know.
Fuck.
2K's gonna be at your door any
2
minute.
tanks gonna come kick your ass.
Hey, guess what? I never bought the game.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, even worse.
That's even worse. Now
I
they're
never
really gonna
bought it.
show up.
Today's hit
Crap
list.
it.
Now you're on the hit list for
Yeah.
2 tanks.
2K.
It wasn't a very good game. So I
Oh,
but the guy was an asshole. No, where's your phone? Where's your phone at? I need your Twitter. I need your
Gunny's
password,
brakes
your
on his
Facebook,
Jeep are gonna accidentally not work tomorrow.
Wait. What was that last part where you saying? Getting? So did they actually do stuff? Did they?
I don't know. First of all, the guy was an asshole, right? And he comes in, and there's 10 of us, and
Okay.
it was cool. Like we got paid like $50, and they bought dinner and everything. For
It's
playing the
like,
game.
enjoy your dinner, asshole.
Yeah. Too bad your burrito sucks. But I had already been there. I work there actually, so not at 2K, but down the street from there.
Okay.
They're not bad burritos.
But
But anyway, so the guy was just a dick. He's like, they only had like a couple forms of where you fill out like, it was like Twitter, Facebook, and whatever. Like if you have a personal blog website, I need all that information as well. And that was fine. But then one of the speeches he gave were like pretty much like in this article where, and I can attest, like he was like, and if you post something online, we're gonna know about it. We'll find out. And I want
Destroy
everybody's
you.
phone right now. Like, where's your phone at? I'm like, well, I left it in the car. Like, I knew I was coming to, beta test a game, but, and we didn't know what game it was going to be until then. But,
Right.
yeah, and it was just, the guy was just a complete dick about it.
oh shit.
So it doesn't surprise me. This does not surprise me that they came in and just intimidated this guy.
well, to add to this all though, basically the Submotto guy, he was actually apparently charging people to get access to leaks. So he had a Patreon. He actually had a Patreon tier where people would have to pay to join his Patreon tier to get access to all the leaks that he was like providing. So he was basically
profiting
profiting.
from this shit.
yeah, he was basically
Oh,
profiting
yeah,
off
he's
of
getting
this.
paid money from ads. That makes...
Well, no, he's
No,
getting
it
paid
is
from
direct.
Patreons. From Patreons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's like
Yeah,
if
that's
I went and hacked their shit and said, "Hey guys, I got a bunch of leaked content on my Patreon. Go become a Patreon." And,
Or
yeah.
like if you, or like ripping a music album and throwing it all up on it and saying, hey, if you guys Patreon me, you get access to this album.
yeah.
Like, that's a pretty good idea. But,
Gonna be ripping albums and putting it on Patreon.
yeah.
It says here that he also closed his Twitter account voluntarily, and his Discord got shut down. I'm assuming because of 2K, but they said the following when Discord emailed him about his account being terminated. They said you were involved in selling, promoting, or distributing cheats, hacks, or cracked accounts. Yeah.
Which
You say- you
Patreon
said-
thing would be selling it. So
you said he was charged for selling cracked.
Yeah.
which I guess this is like a 10-month investigation that I guess this guy's been like doing stuff like this for a while, and it's not just like a one-time thing. So I mean, basically for me, what it boils down to is 2K obviously shouldn't be sending you to this guy's house. Like that's definitely not okay. Like in any
Okay.
sense.
Unless you agree
But-
to it. That's different. Yeah.
But at the same time, like he doesn't have to answer their questions. I mean, they're not like cops or anything. He doesn't have to answer them.
He's stupid.
He's an idiot for that. One, two, he's also an idiot because you shouldn't be data mining a huge corporation shit like this and then selling it. I mean, like, so this guy's just an idiot all around. Like, you can't be just stealing secrets from a company and think that you're gonna get away with like selling it online. Like, I mean, like, are you this stupid? Like,
Yeah, that totally makes. I agree with you, man.
Just throw this shit up for free and then just then have a Patreon on the side or whatever. But yeah, don't directly link it to it.
Well, I mean, even doing it for free, like that's still not the smartest idea. 'Cause, I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know
Wow,
about you,
see,
but like, I'm
I
not
got
gonna be
this
like,
article
oh yes,
wrong. I thought he was
guys,
just talking about.
I know the next set of Fortnite skins. Here you go. Here's the next set. Like, Epic's gonna come after my ass. Like,
I thought he was just talking about speculations and stuff.
No,
And rumors, but no.
leaks. Yeah.
Okay.
no, like,
That's
yeah,
shitty.
they actually like data mined and hacked into these special Twitch accounts to get like leaked content and like end game content and stuff like that. So like, I mean, if you're going to be like hacking and data mining, like you should always know that comes with a risk if you're going to try that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are saying that they will boycott 2K and Borderlands 3 because of this.
No. I'll play still.
I play it still, yeah. I mean,
I'll probably play still. I'll probably buy it on the Epic.
You
Fuck
and
you,
your
Epic.
epic
You
lore.
fucking good. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's all we have for news today, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have much news. I mean, that's really, unless you guys think of anything else that's news.
I don't know.
Oh, wait. Destiny
Phil
2.
Spencer? Oh.
Destiny
Yeah.
2, Shadow Key.
Oh, that's right.
165 gigabytes.
Whoa.
I know that's fucking huge. That's crazy. But I guess it's
That's
gonna
so
be
much.
that's so crazy. Actually, that's huge. I have to
Is that on
real?
top
Is that
of?
true?
Is that on top of what you already have downloaded on your console?
I don't know. That's a good question, but I'm gonna definitely have to buy a new removable hard drive for this game. Yeah, I don't have that much
That is
space.
crazy.
And,
Wait,
dude.
that's actually real. 165.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the download
But I guess,
size.
they're toting that this is supposed to be like the Taken King equivalent for Destiny 2. So like, there's a bunch of shit
what
happening.
it is. I don't care if it's two Taking Kings. I don't. The Given King. I don't care what the fuck this
Taken
is.
Kings. The Taken
Two
King and
Take
Taken
Kings.
Queen.
This is a two Take Kings. I don't care what it is.
The entire game of Halo 5 was 100 gigs. Like, this is because
Right.
like,
It's a fucking
You
expansion.
gotta up that, man. Get past the Call of Duties and
There's probably gonna be lots of. I'm thinking there's gonna be lots of cinematics and shit, and just like, I don't know. I'm excited for it, but
like
I mean that's fucking
that's
crazy.
the entire like Xbox hard drive for like some older Xboxes.
It has been nuts. I was a little shocked to see that myself, and my buddy Couch, he has terrible internet. It's gonna take him like a month to download it. But man, one thing though is for Destiny 2 though that's cool is so that Shadow Keep or whatever, that's going to allow that cross-platform play, but they're actually going to implement a whole not cross-platform play, but cross-platform save. They're actually implementing that, I think, this month on the 21st.
So, can I play on, like, if I buy it on PC and then I buy it on my PS4, I can play on my PC and my PS4?
I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, it is
so
cross
basically-
play.
No, it's cross save. So basically, it's kind of like you'll have like a Bungie account. So you'll basically you're playing your guy on the PC,
Yeah.
and then you save it, and then you can go on the PS4 and load in that character, and then play with people on the PS4.
Oh, that's fucking
That's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, or Stadia is going to have it, I guess, or
Yeah,
even
Stadia,
Xbox,
Stadia will
So
have it.
basically, and I guess it's going to be going. So the base game is going to be going free to play, and then the expansions are going to be the things that cost money. But even with the base, with a free edition, if we're all working on our shit on the side and want to group up on one system or whatever, we can. So it's going to be it's actually pretty cool.
That's cool then.
That is. I like that.
I just feel bad for your buddy though. He's gonna be like, it's gonna be December. He's gonna be like, hey, I got it downloaded. You want to play it out? He'll be like, I already finished that months ago, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
MechMod, if you start downloading now, you may
I
have
know.
it by lunchtime. May have it by lunchtime. It's 160 something gigs, dude. That's so
you might as well-
much.
You might as well like rent a hotel and just stay there for a night and just like use the Wi-Fi.
That's true.
Or I guess you can go to like McDonald's maybe. I don't know if someplace you go for public Wi-Fi and just like leech off of that for that shit. But yeah, I'm just trying to
Not a
inform
bad
everybody.
idea, actually.
Yeah, man, because that's 165. I bet MechMod's like gut just dropped when he saw that number. I can't wait to tell Couch that number. He's gonna fucking shit himself too. Like, oh fuck. Yeah, that's so many games, man.
My teammate for Undead Trials, Coconut Kid, he plays a lot of Destiny too, and I'm kind of curious to see his reaction to that too.
Anyways,
I mean, I would have to delete so many games off my Xbox to run up that.
So much space. And like I said,
I
I'm
might have to
wondering.
delete something off Xbox.
I'm wondering if that's total or if that's just the
I hope that's total, but yeah, I have no idea. I know Gears has been pushing over the 100 gigs too, right? I mean, these games just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I'll need another internal or external hard drive for my PC.
Yeah.
Another M.3.
Well, that kind of makes me worried
SSD.
about something like Cyberpunk. What is Cyberpunk? Maybe like 300 gigs? Like 300 gigs Cyberpunk. Like,
Jeez.
Oh man.
we'll have to save it.
That's crazy. I wonder if that's just the number they need for like the expansion and the current game now. That's a lot.
Hopefully that is. I mean, like at least that's still a good chunk, but at least it's not as bad.
Can I just get the hobo version for like 80 gigs?
Minimal. Possibly. I mean, shit. That's I think what the free edition is going to be is just the hobo. Yeah, I think they have a hobo edition coming out for you, Gunny.
You know what? Stadia, you don't have to download anything. You just play.
Oh, that's right.
Just stream it. That'd be nice.
Stream it. Stream 165 gigs of it. Anyways.
Be cool. Good idea.
Moving on now to community questions. Questions in the Facebook group.
That's going to be the title of this episode, isn't it? Good idea.
Or Discord. Tute or good idea. Or good idea, Tute. I don't know yet. I haven't made up my mind. I'm trying to think what it's going to be. Anyways, Gunny, go. Questions, go.
Go. Committee question time. We got one from Jonathan Arcelo. Night Prawn. Hey, Penpoint. John.
Whoa.
Question for you. Why is the intro to your podcast, the GFNG, why is it 5 minutes long? I think he's talking about the break music, really. I think that's the one.
Well, no,
he's talking about a robot. GFNG.
Okay, well, no, because the whole episode is like an hour long.
Okay.
So what I do is the intro track, I only do like the first like minute and a half. The break track and the end track, I decided to keep those full because you might as well get a little bit of music dose in you. So I'm always trying to push like underground electronic music. So I figure it's good for you. The intro though, I do understand. I try not to make it.
It's not good for me.
It's not too long, but I guess I could shorten it, but I do try to keep it where it's not too long. But yeah, it's good to know. Maybe I am kind of. I'll note that. So if you talk to me now, it's good because I've actually been going over my head if I should be making intro track the full track.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Thanks, Gunny.
Good idea.
Good idea.
Phil Spencer says, good idea. Breaking news. Phil Spencer replied.
Hey, John, I didn't like the music this week, actually. No, not this episode.
Whoa.
I think last week's episode, the music was way too mellow, dude. Way too mellow.
Why are you throwing shade on his shit?
Too mellow? Oh, man.
It was too mellow, bro. I was falling asleep.
Sometimes you get like it's weird. It's like whatever mood I'm in on that. But yeah. I think I wasn't. I remember that episode like picking a bunch of chill beats.
Yeah, it was too chill. So
okay, so too chill.
Rise up a few beats.
Maybe
not all of it, not every time, but
yeah. No, I'm still trying to figure out the whole like the flow of it all. Maybe crossing, but I'm taking all this in. But yeah, long story short, I just like music. So yeah, I'm gonna try to work. I actually, I don't know if you guys all know this, but I run a record label myself. It's Reactionary Records with a bunch of like breakcore and dubstep.
I'm their newest rapper.
Yep. So I'm pretty passionate about music and shit.
Evan Tanaka is the newest rapper.
Oh yeah, I mean,
get Evan on your record label.
One thing I'd say is you probably want your intro to be your shortest of all your music because people usually want to get right into the episode. So.
Totally. Yeah. That's why I said I've been trying to keep it to like
right.
By the first minute, I want to have the intro like robot voice talking, and then like 30 seconds or so after that is where I'm fading out. So yeah, I'm trying to keep that part short, but yeah. Good idea, guys. All right. Next question.
Next time. Ryan Tull. What does he say? Oh, he asked if you could 69 with two others. Who would it be? Who would it be? 69 with two other people.
Gunny and Jesus right here.
People.
That doesn't work.
I know. Isn't that's like 100? like
That's
173.
200 and something.
Oh, no, 178.
We don't do math around here, guys.
Didn't
Wait,
do like a
100
sandwich because somebody's eating ass. You know?
69. No, my math was way off. What the hell? 69, 69, 150, 100, what, 158? Yeah, you can't do one of those. That's impossible.
You can twerk. I don't know if you're a little more elastic than others.
I'm trying to even draw. I'm going to see if I can draw us a picture of that. Like, how does it even go? I try to figure this in my
69,
head.
69 is 138. John.
Thank you.
There you go.
I said 158, didn't I? Yeah.
You were 20.
Yeah, I was. Oh, wait. Okay. So I got to get 3 different color pins now. Jeez.
All right. Now, while he's trying
Science.
to figure out the math, Brian has another question.
Hey, go for it. I was like, who would you like to 59 with? No, wait. Go for it.
No, this is to throw some shade on our show here.
Oh.
He wants to know why HGP South is in the good old USA. Why are we so bad at getting together for a meetup? Right? Because I saw that he had a picture with...
he's mostly talking about you,
with Ryan?
Gunny. You, Gunny.
Oh, yes.
Listen, Gunny, you have the most listeners out of all of us in your state, Gunny. All right, I look at the stats every week. All right, I'm looking at download numbers. You have the most, by far, out of anywhere in the world in your area.
Hey,
and you don't
now
do
I did go
meetups.
meet up with 2 other members of the show.
What are you're afraid, Gunny? What if somebody kidnaps you? Yeah, Gunny. Don't meet up with. We got some crazy listeners out there, probably.
I did
Don't
meet up with a few
them.
people.
Don't meet up.
And
with
I did.
them.
I posted them on the group.
They might kidnap you, Gunny. We can't have that.
Remember that? Sean Iams Fuller, right? We hooked up here in Santa Rosa. He came
Jesus, after he plays We the Revolution, too, he's going to be even more paranoid. He's going to be like, oh, shit, all these people are going to lynch me.
And also John Smith down there in Hayward, San Leandro. Hayward.
Hey, when are we doing our Portland meetup?
It's just hard getting back east.
We need to get together and figure that out.
So I don't know if this is how it works, but that's the best thing to figure out. It's complicated.
That is pretty.
Yeah, that looks like
something.
something.
Man.
No, but for we do need to do a
another
meetup
one that
in
works.
Portland. We got quite a few listeners up here in Portland Machine, so let's go and get a meetup going.
We got like ground control, or we got quarter road, or there is also fucking that esports bar Outrage, or we have some options. But it's just getting out of the house though.
That's the thing, right? You got to stop playing video games and
Well, we should probably
check out the
say,
graphics
too,
outside.
for everyone at home, he basically drew a picture of like a triangle sort of diagram. So
It is kind of like the Zelda Triforce.
Yeah, that's what the vibe I was getting.
I gotta find this way. So yeah, maybe that's what it's deep in Zelda. The whole meaning they're trying to figure out how to double 69. Like, you know what? This looks like a diamond, and then that'd be cool. Oh man, I can't find my triple 69 drawing now. Oh wait.
All right, Brian has another question. It's the sports ball question. Who do you have winning the Super Bowl this year?
I don't know, man. I don't fucking know, dude. Probably the fucking Patriots again.
I will take the non-Patriots. So any team besides them.
I knowing the fucking Patriots are probably gonna be there once again, like always. They just cheat and get there, dude. I mean,
I don't like the Patriots, so I'll take any team besides them.
As much as I hate them, they have the best quarterback that ever lived, Tom Brady. They legit can't. As long as they have that dude there, they're not gonna lose. Unless
I'm gonna go with the Denver Broncos.
Unless somehow he breaks his fucking both of his legs and his back at the same time and his arms, he's gonna play. So
good idea.
You know what I mean? There's no way.
Well, he's not the Magic, in my opinion. I mean, like, he could get hurt and be out for the season, and they'll still do fine because the coach is what the Magic is. Like, Belichick is an awesome coach.
Yeah.
I mean, Brady's been hurt before, and they still win without him. So, Belichick is the Magic.
That's true.
It's very wise.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to win. I mean, as much as I would want the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl, I don't know. I still think that they need to do some growth there with the quarterback. I think Dak Prescott needs to get a little bit better in the Super Bowl.
I can tell you that my team won't win. I can tell you that.
What team is your team?
Huh? New York Jets?
49ers?
49ers, yay!
Oh, lame! Oh, lame! Oh, fuck the Niners!
Let's get Kaepernick back in there.
How do you like the 49ers? You're the way on the East Coast. What are you doing?
I'm weird.
What are you doing? You're supposed to be liking like the
Yeah, I
New
was
York
thinking you were a
Jets or
Jets
something.
fan.
Yeah, Jets fan or a Giants fan or something.
Right.
Maybe it means I don't want to live on the East Coast.
Or you're
Maybe
like
that's what
up
it
there,
means.
maybe a Patriots fan or something. I
Right?
don't know.
No, I live in like the heart of Patriots country, and I'm like the biggest Patriots hater. So I'm very opposite.
That must suck. Yeah, up
You were
here,
not a
dude.
church game, and
Up here, when like I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago when the Seahawks went to the Super Bowl like back to back and shit.
Oh,
and
man.
they won. Everyone was like on the Seahawks' dick over here. Like this, like a guy in the town that I live in, a few people painted their houses like Seahawks colors, like lime green and blue.
Oh, do you know what's the worst though? It's fucking living in Eugene when the Ducks are doing well.
Oh, dude, yeah. When the Ducks are doing good in Eugene, holy shit! All you
God.
see is the
Those kids
Ducks
riot,
and
too,
yellow
like-
everywhere and green everywhere.
Oh,
hey, they do that down here, John. Even down here in the Bay Area, Ducks
They
fans
riot.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Ducks.
man. I was walking down the street this one time, and this one frat house, they wouldn't let me like continue walking until I said "Go Ducks." And it's like, what the fuck?
I'm the only one over here wearing a Cal Bear shirt hat. You know,
Albert. Nice.
Yeah, and then
I
like,
still wear it every day.
but yeah, man, Seahawks shit is everywhere up here when they do good. Like
Yeah,
McDonald's
totally.
and Burger King and all those fucking fast food restaurants have like the Seahawk lunchbox.
It's like I didn't even know Oregonians even fucking
Yeah.
cared about Seattle.
I didn't even think
It's
they
like,
give
what
a
the fuck?
shit. Yeah, I thought they
No,
were-
they do.
They
They do
love
down
that
here, yep.
shit, dude. Fuck.
Well, wasn't why though? Like I thought we didn't like Seattle, Washington,
Yeah,
but
neither-
whatever.
Anyways,
Hey guys, look, I drew faces on the 69 thing. I'm gonna scan it for the group. Now they have like little faces.
I love those eyeballs.
It's perfect.
We
Yeah,
have a-
I'll put it on the Facebook group. So
we
yeah,
have
check
a
it
more
out.
manly question here from Brian. A more manly question. And that was if you were a drag queen, what would your stage name be?
Ooh,
Do you have a stage name?
what would my stage name be? Man,
Oh.
that's a.
something with
I like
the
Go
J.
Go. You should still go with Go Go Gunny.
You like that Go-Go Gunny, huh?
Go,
Yeah.
go, go.
Yeah, that goes with everything.
Andrew
Oh.
Shouldn't I
Jack.
just be Go Guy Gunny?
Andrew and Jack. He said Jesus vogues a lot.
Vogues a lot. I saw that. That's good.
That's
It's
actually
actually
really
a pretty
good.
good one. I'll give
Yeah,
him,
man.
Give him a good one on that one. It's a pretty good one.
That's a good one.
I honestly don't know. I can't think of one.
I guess mine would just be Pinpoint Drag. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Drag.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good one.
But yeah, Jesus Vogue's Log's pretty fucking tight.
Move on here to
All
the
right,
next
next
question.
one from
then.
Brian. He asked, would you buy the Xbox patent for controllers that clip to any tablet? Yes, I would actually.
I wouldn't buy that patent.
I wouldn't either.
I would buy
You
it
know
for
what?
like the
It's
slate,
too
the tablet
inconvenient. It's too inconvenient.
or an iPad. Yep.
Because they're just gonna change sizes anyways.
I
Always
mean,
gonna
if
change
it's something
sizes.
that I can sell for $20 at Target and Best Buy, and GameStop, I'd make a
that
killing.
gamepad right there would cost you more than $20 to manufacture. It would cost you way more than $20 to make.
well, no, I'm saying like
And I don't think anyone
you
wants
would
it.
have-
Like,
you would
I don't
have
think
to
anyone cares about that.
Yeah, you would
I
have
know.
to sell that at $50 or more, and no one's gonna pay that for that.
I just have too
How
many
about a
patent
clip
purchases
that
going on right now,
controller
and I just
can
can't add it to my patent pile. So
not the actual controller itself. I mean, it would still be the same controller. It would just be like something that
They
would
should sell
snap
the
in.
patent to Stadia.
Yeah, see,
That-
right? That would be awesome, man.
I don't know. I think that I don't know. I wouldn't want that patent. It looks too complicated.
Yeah.
People don't want that shit, dude. People don't want to spend money. They just want to play games on their phone, like easy mode. Like no one wants to
Yeah,
carry an
true. They
extra
just want to
thing.
swipe, you know? And if they want a controller, they would just use a actual console.
Like a
Oh.
Switch. Whoa! Nintendo started that already.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, next one from John Jerome, our winner. All right, yes. Playing Life is Strange 2. Story, voiceover, and the game progression are all awesome. But if they don't improve their graphics with its developer Dontnod, suffer the same fate as Telltale?
I would say 100% no for me. I mean, like, he basically answered his own question, in my opinion. I mean, the story, voiceover, and progression are all awesome, so that's all you need right there. Like, you know, graphics aren't going to keep the game, in my opinion. So
No, I don't think they would. writing and voicing stuff would. That would definitely.
Right, like,
The
and
thing with
their
Telltale-
story is always amazing. So.
Telltale got too samey. We knew that it was
Exactly.
always going to be like the one outcome, no matter what you did. And I feel like Life is Strange actually does give you multiple endings, doesn't it? How many endings does Life is Strange have?
I haven't played 2 yet, but I know 1. It has basically 2 main endings, but the way you get there is so different all the time. 'Cause, I mean,
Okay.
the choices you make, like, the choices actually have a lot more feeling than the Telltale games had, I would say, because the choices, like, they're a lot harder than Telltale, and I think that really carries through the game. So I think they do a much better job than Telltale did at making choices that really matter. Like Telltale, yes, the choices mattered, but they didn't really like strike you emotionally as much as the Life is Strange choices do.
I felt the Life is Strange choices, though, like the last one was making me mad because I felt like some of the choices just ended up back to the other choice that I didn't make in some circumstances. Like, I was just I've been playing through them with my wife and just in order, and I think right now we're at the ones just now coming out, and the last one was just aggravating me because I'm so deep into the characters now that I really want to hear what they're gonna do.
The Storm you're talking about?
Yeah, or not Before the Storm. This is Life is Strange 2. Wait, is it 2? The one with the 2 boys, right? So we're like...
Okay, so I haven't played that one yet, personally.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good game. There's like some hard choices, and it seemed like the first couple episodes were really good, but the one that just came out, there were just some where...
I need to get back into this game. Fuck.
Yeah, I just made a choice. I gave me these 2 choices, and one of them I definitely didn't want to do, and then somehow I ended up even though I made the other choice, I ended up doing that same stupid thing. I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, I was pretty pissed. So, but yeah, I took a break from the game. I'll get back into it again, but I just remember I think it happened a couple times in a row, and I was
maybe you know what? I should play through all of Life is Strange on stream. I should play through just all of them.
do it.
You should. I mean, I started doing that. Like, I played through season 1 on stream, and I started Before the Storm on stream, but I haven't finished Before the Storm yet. So
I feel like
once I finish Before the Storm, I'm going to play 2.
I need a good palate cleanser. I need a new palate cleanser before lame ass.
All the heavy shit comes out.
Before lame ass Gears of War comes out. I'm not hyped for Gears at all. Like, I get it, people are hyped, and that's cool. Be hyped, and I'm not. Yeah. It's just not for me. And like, I've never really been into the multiplayer. I like the campaign, but I never finished number 4. Like, I'm still in that one part where you're fighting that big ass Brumac or whatever. Like, I'm still fighting
with the zits on its butt.
With the zits on his butt. Yeah, I'm still fighting that guy.
Yeah,
I just never. I got to that point co-op, and I never we all ended, and we never got back in there, and I never got the interest to legitimately try to get back in there and finish that.
Yeah, if you ever do want to finish it just on casual, just so you get the story.
Legitimately, I think I'm probably gonna go back on casual and just run through it on. Easy mode.
I'll run through it with you.
Just to see the story, because I've seen the whole story of Gears of War up to now, and I think that seeing that. The ending of 4 will be interesting, and maybe it'll get me a little bit more hyped up for 5, because I just don't give a fuck about Gears of War 5 coming out, dude.
I got stuff free.
I mean, I'm gonna play it just because it's gonna get free on Game Pass. But if it wasn't free on Game Pass, I wouldn't even try it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even buy it.
Gears is my other. It's right like that and Titanfall 2, like the Titanfall series. Those are my 2 jams. So I'd be buying it regardless, but I'm stoked it's on Game Pass. Saved me $60. So, good idea, Phil.
Game Pass is the best fucking thing. Good idea. Yeah, good idea, guys.
So I'm curious then, if you are a big Gears fan, are you worried about the campaign at all? Because I know they haven't shown a lot of the campaign.
No. Okay. I'm not worried at all. I heard that it's actually gonna be 3 players, and I'm pretty stoked on that. No, it's in good hands. It's gonna be amazing, whatever it's gonna be. I'm just a little curious on what approach. But yeah, the only thing I was disappointed in Gears 4 is the fact the campaign was only 2 players. So it seems like they're kind of addressing that. But yeah, I'm stoked. I can't wait. Curious on what they're gonna do with Horde mode. If it's gonna be closer to Gears 4 Horde or closer to Gears 3 Horde. I'm gonna spend a lot of time on that game.
The one mode I am excited to try, though, I'm not gonna lie. The one mode I am excited to try is that
Escape.
Escape.
Or whatever.
That looks cool. Looks cool.
Yeah. But no, as you're saying, the palate cleanser, definitely the Life is Strange. Yeah, if you hit them, I like with my wife, we did them in the story chronological order, and that was pretty fun. So Before the Storm, and then Life is Strange, and then the Captain, the Adventures of Captain whatever, and then Life is Strange 2, and yeah.
Awesome. See, I played the Captain Spirit thing. I did season 1, and I've started Before the Storm, but I haven't finished it yet. So basically, once I finish that, I'll be getting into season 2. But
Before the Storm was funny though, because they have like everything was to the extreme. Like, so there's like you're this girl and you go to a party and there's like heroin needles like all on the table. I know it's like kids fucking rages up in that game.
You've never been to a party with heroin needles all on the table?
No, people are pretty that shit. So yeah. And besides, if you bust them out, people are gonna ask you to share. So they just do that shit.
The microphone went off.
Which
there's definitely some extremes that were hell funny. Oh man, my battery.
Well, I will say too, Jesus, like you mentioned streaming Life is Strange. As a streamer, it's actually a pretty good game for like kind of a to take a break a little bit, because there's not a lot of pressure on you as a streamer with that game. You're just kind of experiencing the game. So like you don't have to worry about like, okay, I have to get this kill. I have to, get this match win. Like,
I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna fuck up.
Yeah, like you can just kind of enjoy the game and experience it. So it's kind of a nice like break game. Like, okay, today we're gonna play this for a break. That way I can kind of just like relax a little bit. Enjoy it.
Yeah, and Jesus, as you know, it takes place all here, like in our homeland.
Yeah,
so basically, so everything looks so familiar. You're like, this is nice.
Yeah, they actually mentioned like my town because of the drive-in movie theater. They mentioned it like in the first episode ever. Yeah, like, let's go to the movie theater in Newburgh. We're like, whoa, yeah, let's go.
That's tight.
Like that's fucking cool. I know that town. I live there. Woo!
Some of our choices were based off of that too. We're like, yeah. So yeah, it's fun. And then in Life is Strange 2, you end up on a pot farm, so it's pretty tight.
Interesting.
Kind of how you always end up in Oregon. You end up in a pot farm somewhere.
It's a default. It's either you end up at Lloyd Center or pot farm, one of those two.
Sound like a lot of places here in Northern California, leading to Oregon.
Any more questions, Gunny?
We have several. We have one from Jonathan Nipron again. He wants to know, says, hey, if I get No Man's Sky, can we all play together? Well, Nipron,
I don't know if we have... there's no crossplay in the game. So I don't think there's crossplay between consoles and PC or anything like that. I do think there's crossplay between PC and PS4, but I think Xbox is isolated, or maybe Xbox and PC as well. But as far as Xbox and PS4, there's no crossplay there. But if we all get it, we can play together. Even if I'm in VR, I'm pretty sure Gunny's going to be able to join my game if he buys it on PS4.
Dude. Man, I can't wait to play that on VR and team up. And man, we're going to play the fuck out of that.
Yeah, like if me and Jonathan are playing and then Jonathan Nipron decides to join us and Gunny decides to join us, I think you can have up to 5 people in a party in that game.
No. So check this out.
Go ahead.
Check us out, guys. So, reading a latest article here on PC Gamer, actually, and it doesn't talk about any kind of crossplay in this update that's coming out August 14th. Probably by the time you hear this, it should be out. And that is that say goodbye to the days of 4-player co-op. Beyond will support up to 32 players in one session.
Shit.
Yeah, well, in a social space. So basically, it's like the equivalent of the Destiny Tower. So it's like their big social space. There's going to be, shops there, and basically you can coordinate with our teams. That's you basically will meet up there.
But how many people can I have in a squad?
I think 4.
As many?
What do you say? No. It's only 4. In there's 4 players in your squad, but that planet can do 32 in that social space. Or that.
What if What if 33 people show up? And it all breaks.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, what's
working.
But what's nice though is like say that all of us are like on that station or whatever, and then Jesus is our captain, and he picks a mission that we're gonna launch into, and say there's a fast travel to that spot. Basically, once Jesus launches it, it'll grab the whole squad and take it with him. So versus that way. Instead of all of us flying over there and like Gunny getting lost, we'll all go there together and then we'll be fine. So it sounds pretty cool. Like I was actually hearing a bit about that thing.
I'm so excited for that VR update, dude.
Oh man, me too.
I just want to I want to walk next to a big dinosaur-looking ugly creature.
Oh, I just want to jump in my jet and lift off and fly into space.
I just want to find space and get motion sickness and
I know.
Around. Fly
I'm kind of
everywhere.
scared. That game's gonna be too much fun. Like I'm a little worried about it, but we're gonna see. Oh man, going underwater in VR is gonna be great.
So, anyways, move on here. Gunny, next question.
All right, next one. Back to I just wanted to mention also about No Man's Sky, Jesus, and that they'll have alien creatures that you can mount, but also you can milk them.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Milking alien creatures,
Only
guys.
milking cows in VR?
Yeah, I was just
Wait,
gonna say
This is like Red Dead
do
come
that.
to
You
life.
could ride an alien and milk at the same time.
This is like Red Dead Redemption coming true.
But I guess you're not tugging on the nips yourself. I guess it's basically like you have like a factory or a machine that you can basically put your animals in and then it milks them.
Lame.
Hey,
Fucking epic.
Let
Fucking
me
epic.
milk. Let me milk.
hey, Blaise, you had a question for us about the new Xbox One controller?
Yeah. So I wanted to know if you guys are going to be getting the Elite Series 2, if any of you are going to get that by the end of the year.
I'm a cheap ass bastard.
I don't.
I don't. I got my old controller.
I'm debating it, dude, because it does have Bluetooth, and I think I would really like that with my PC now. I got that.
And the
10
40
foot-
hours battery life sounds awesome.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Oh man, that sounds
Be
tight.
able to plug my shit to my TV and sit back and play with the Bluetooth controller sounds really fun.
Plus, it has the 3 profiles now instead of 2, so that's definitely
But
solid.
honestly though, Blaze, I already have one, and I paid like close to nothing for it compared to like a regular price one. So like, I'm doing pretty good with this so far. Once this one breaks though, which I'm pretty sure it will eventually, because they all do.
Yeah, see, for me, I think it makes more sense. I don't have the Series 1, so like,
I
I
would
think
get
as
it.
a Christmas gift, I'm going to ask for it.
So
So
that would be so good, because you know
Oh,
what?
nice.
You know what?
You're gonna love the grips on it.
As much people are gonna
And the
give
weight.
you shit and saying like, why'd you spend $180 on a controller? You could have bought a new console. But like, fuck you guys. This controller is gonna like probably last you more than a year. It'll probably last you well into the next Xbox coming out next fall. You're gonna be able to pair it with that console anyways, because it all works with.
that's
the-
one question
the
I
next
was
console.
going to ask. So you can actually use that for the next Xbox, you
Yeah,
think?
yeah.
That's what they said. So that's
Microsoft
that's
already
awesome,
so-
man.
they already came out and said any Xbox One controllers are going to be able to work with the next gen systems. So even like the Elite version 1, if you buy one of those now for cheap or whatever, like on clearance or whatever, you're going to be able to use that with the next
Yeah, so
Xbox.
that kind of makes my decision even more, in favor of doing it. Because I mean, like, if I get the Series 2, a 40-hour battery life controller for the next console, like,
One thing
great.
that I will recommend for you, this is a thing that I've learned that it came real handy for some of our listeners, is if you get it from Best Buy, get that Best Buy warranty protection for like damages and shit on it. It's going to be a little bit extra. It might be like $50, $70 extra. But that warranty will cover you, dude. If your fucking grips ever break or the little bumpers break or something breaks on there, you can just literally take it to Best Buy and they'll hand you a new one. They'll be like,
Makes
"All right,
sense.
Go get a new one." It'll be worth it. You know what I mean? It'll be worth it, dude. Because people don't realize like paying like $50 for like warranty on something. It's totally fucking worth it, man. Because once it does break, at least you're not out like hundreds of dollars. You know, like fuck that. That would suck. And Best Buy's warranty is top notch. From what every time I've dealt with them with like anything that's broken or anything like that, they're just okay, dude. Go get a new one. We'll replace it, whatever.
right. I think that's
Derek, I
going to
don't
be
know-
less of an issue. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I don't know if you could see like the grip, how it's coming off of here
Yeah,
on
see,
mine.
like if that was to happen to you,
That's about the only issue
Yeah.
I've had for it, and I just got to put more super glue on it. But other than that, I love the controller.
yeah, that's the main issue, Gunny, right there. That issue right there, the grips.
Yep.
And that's what I think they said like shouldn't be an issue this time though, because the grips are wraparound and it's actually a same part of the controller this time. Like it's
Oh,
not
nice.
like a grip that's glued on. It's like the same. Like it's actually like the same piece of plastic. So
Nice.
Ah.
And I
Yeah.
think they did the S controller where they put the grip the way that wraps around. Yeah, so better design.
Another thing that these old Elite controllers have is that the bumper in here, these bumpers, the LB and RB, are designed like the original, like when the Xbox One first came out. They have the same design bumper where like the middle, the plastic in between here in the middle is very thin. The new ones have like a flat piece of plastic that goes all the way across, is more sturdy. But that little thin piece of plastic is designed so shitty that these bumpers will break. if you use them too much or whatever, they'll eventually wear out and it breaks them. But all these Elites were designed that way. They're designed like the old controllers. That's why they don't even have Bluetooth in them. But the new Xbox controllers, the new Xbox One controllers, ever since like a few years ago, they've been designed with a flat piece. And I'm pretty sure, I hope that the new Elite has that flat piece in there. Because if it doesn't, it's some bullshit. They probably will, though, knowing them.
Yeah, basically they redesigned the whole thing, it seems like. So
good. Hopefully it's more reliable, more sturdy.
Right.
But it's an amazing controller, dude. This is my second one, and it's fucking legit. I love them. Because there's nothing like it. It feels like a weighty, like, there's weight to it, and it feels like fucking, like, it's there. Like, when you hold this compared to, like, a regular Xbox One controller, the Xbox One controller feels like a plastic toy, like one of those fucking preschool toys or something. You know, it just doesn't feel right. It feels weird.
A little Fisher-Price controller.
Yeah, I didn't like it when the Xbox One
yeah.
came out. I did not like the controller at all. So I immediately plopped down the $150 or whatever it was for an Elite.
Yeah. Okay.
Next question from Pork Chop Poo. I was watching him stream today. He says, "Are you guys excited about Dying Light 2?" He said he loved the first game, especially for the co-op.
Yes.
I wanted to. I always. It's funny. I wanted to get into the first one, but the first one was so good. I never bought the game. I just played the fuck out of the demo. But I will play the. I definitely want to get into Dying Light 2 with you guys. I like at launch or whatever. That's what I have to say. What about you guys? Sorry, I'm excited.
It feels like this game is very ambitious, dude. From like they're saying like, if you make a sin with a certain faction, the other one turns their back against you, and you got to keep the shit in balance. That sounds really cool to me, and it sounds like a very more, like an ambitious game. You know, like they have these factions going on, like the government faction, where like they're more militarized. They got the survivor faction; they're more survival based. They got different groups that you can be a part of and join and have them help you. And it sounds really cool. Sounds really fucking cool.
Do we know a release date on that yet, by chance, or is there no date yet?
Man, what was the release date on Dying Light 2? I don't think they've announced it yet.
Okay. Yeah, because for me, like, I think it would depend on the price. I probably want to look into.
Yeah.
But, you know, I definitely love my co-op games. You know, I love horror, you know, zombie games, anything like that. So it's something I might be interested.
All it says is spring 2020.
Parkouring.
Spring 2020. We'll support
HDR,
my
birthday.
HDR,
So I'm going to say
4K.
Next gen
No.
hardware.
No. I think it's this gen hardware. I don't think they're going to delay it till next gen, Gunny.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay.
Sure, whatever.
That's funny.
I think you're wrong.
I agree.
Good idea.
Oh,
Fuck
good
you. The
idea.
next Xbox, PlayStation 5, it's coming out as a launch.
Epic Store exclusive.
No!
Fucking epic.
Gunny, are you going to bet a Switch on that?
Yeah, you want to bet a Switch, Gunny?
It's gone.
You want to bet a PS4 Pro?
Oh, yeah. You got that.
Shit. Anyways.
Hey, the Mayo has a question for you, Jesus. He wants to know, do you really need to buy all the Apex season passes to levels to keep up? Do you
With
really?
the Mayo, yeah. I mean, it feels like he's just left me behind on all the Battle Pass levels. No, fuck that. I'll catch up to him here when he goes back to work. He won't be able to play all day long like he was this week. That's the only reason he caught up to me. He was able to play while I was working.
He was like, I'm on vacation again, guys. I'm just going to play
vacation. He took a vacation
15,
like 2
20
weeks
hours of
ago.
Apex every day.
Fuck? He took vacation like 3 weeks ago. Now he's taking another vacation. Like, what the fuck, dude?
He's actually secretly esports like Apex player.
Yeah. No, I was playing with him. He's all right. Give him that. He's getting better. Because this week of...
Wait, I'm on, hold on. I'm on Origin right now. Yeah, fuck, he's playing Apex.
Do we have to get him like do we have to talk to him? Do we have to send
intervention?
I just sent him a message.
I know.
Next question, guys.
All right. Mechbot wants to know if we could all play the Gmod game. Play some Gmod, guys.
What's Gmod?
Go on to Steam right now. Type in Gmod. We can buy it. I think my son has it. He wants me to play that with him sometimes.
Do they have it on the Epic Store?
I think I have it. I think I bought it. Or it came with a computer or something.
What's that? Gary's mod? Gmod?
Yeah.
I've seen it on Steam. I haven't downloaded it yet.
Hand Simulator. FMod, that's what we need to play.
Hand Simulator.
Hand Simulator.
Dude, my daughter wanted to play that stupid fucking, what was that game on that you were talking about earlier? Job Simulator? The other day? Yeah, Job Simulator on the PSVR, because she saw it on the PSVR store. She's like, I want to play Job Simulator. I'm like, no, you don't. I want to play Job Simulator. I'm like, no, you don't. And I had to convince her that she did not want to play Job Simulator, because she's seen some streamer on YouTube or some shit play it, so now she thinks she wants to play Job Simulator.
Oh, it was probably like Construction Simulator or one of those.
It was like, how about you get a real job?
It was like Office Simulator or some shit like that, like Office Simulator on PSVR.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, no,
because they showed off a really good trailer for that game.
Like,
I'll stand by that.
I'm like, you don't want to play that, and she's like, yeah, I do. I'm like, oh my god, whatever. I could convince her to not play it. So yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
I won that battle.
Good idea.
Good idea.
You could have got her a Switch and played ours.
Next question, Gunny.
I think we're out of questions. I think we've answered it all.
Technically, one more. There's the Cadillacs one.
Oh, he just wants to know why.
Yeah,
if Mayo's really going to give you a shit about buying game passes. Apex season passes.
No, he's not giving a shit. He was just fucking around. Real quick, I want to say that our friend John Jerome, since I messaged him on Facebook about him winning the winnings for the Patreon machines, he says that he doesn't want the winnings. That we should give it to the winner of the next drawing. So the winner of the next drawing will be getting $50.
Whoa!
Stakes are raised.
Stakes
are
been
damn.
Yeah, woo! Good idea.
It's like the Powerball. Good idea.
Good idea, guys.
Nobody came forward to claim it.
No,
but,
yeah.
well, in this case, they did.
I mean, if he still wants the Cyberpunk sticker, we will send it out to him.
The HGP 2K Powerball.
He says he does not want the winnings. He says do not take this as any. He doesn't want to be rude in any way. But he said, "Can you just give my winnings to the next drawing winner? The podcast and the community has given me much more than the value of money." That's so thoughtful.
Oh,
Awesome.
that's pretty. Man, that brought a tear to my eye.
Not you, John.
Oh.
so thoughtful, man. Like, oh man. So
that's pretty cool. Good job.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Tute.
All right. Well, wow. I just gotta.
I think you have to name this episode Jesus.
Yeah, for sure. All right, boys. Anyways, you can find me on Xbox Live, Tag Jesus Walks a Lot. You can find me on PlayStation Network, GSU Walks a Lot, GSUS Walks a Lot. You can find me on Steam, Jesus Walks a Lot, Epic Store, Jesus Walks a Lot, Bethesda, Jesus Walks a Lot. I don't know how the fuck you add me on there, but whatever. Let's play games. Let's get some good stuff going, people. Anyways, yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, Jesus, I found you on the Origin store today.
No.
On the Origin, I'm sorry, the launcher.
Yeah,
right? And I sent you that message that I found you on there. Make sure that you are who you say you are. Play some Apex.
You didn't know. You never sent me a message. Actually, I don't ever got one.
Goddamn right.
That's awesome.
About it because I said, he's only got 9 kills total.
Oh, you were saying,
Jesus walks a lot.
Oh, he was trying to talk shit to me. Gunny sent me a picture of Bangalore, like, oh, what, you only got 9 kills? I'm like, how many do you have, Gunny? How many do you have, bitch? Motherfucker, you.
Oh, that's funny. I thought he was saying that there was another Jesus Walks a Lot.
I thought I had a fake account.
I know. But, yeah, Jesus, what the hell? Only 9 kills?
That's with that one character, motherfucker, you. That's not even my main character. I use it like once in a while.
I still exist, by the way? Like, I showed him a picture of it, too. I'm like, this is you, right?
Yeah.
He's like,
hashtag uninstall.
Fuck you, Gunny.
It's not the one I choose. But I always use Bangalore. So, good.
Nice.
Is that still up there, by the way, Jesus? Those fake HGP YouTube accounts?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe they've given up on using our logo.
Let's see.
Let's look them up here. Horrible gamers.
Yeah, hopefully they're gone by now. But
We got guys that ain't horrible
Check on that,
gamers
John.
that suck.
Have-
There's
look at
horrible
this. Second.
gamers.
Oh yeah, there's the horrible gamer. Oh, the horrible gamers that suck. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And then horrible gamers.
No, yep,
Shit.
the fake one is still there. Well, they're still there.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah,
a fake one
logo
solo.
too.
Yeah,
First page
yeah.
down.
Oh
Fake
man,
one.
there's and gamers on board. More horrible gamers.
Told you, like those guys have stolen our
Horrible gamers.
logo, and they keep using that same logo over and over. I hit them with DMCA's all the time. Finally, like, I just give up. The guys that have you see the horrible gamers that looks like a V, like the
Yeah.
it's going down and up. Those guys were using our logo at first, and I hit them with
Oh,
the
what
DMCA.
assholes.
I hit him with the
Good
DMCA.
job, man.
And YouTube was like, yeah, take him down. And YouTube took him down. I think the guys on the top with 223 subscribers, they were using our logo too, and I hit them with the fucking DMCA as well.
Nice. Fucking hit them.
But
Yeah.
these other guys, these horrible gamers with the 2 subscribers, I hit them with the DMCA. They took it down. They took down the whole account,
right.
and they had a new account like a week later. Use our logo again.
It's weird because they're like so. Yeah.
Russians.
It's the weirdest fucking one too, because it just boggles me. But
Yeah,
yeah,
whatever. It happens.
I guess it's flattery. So
Imitating us, whatever.
does GF&G have fake YouTubers yet?
let me see. That's a good question. We're probably not that popular at GFNG. No fake YouTube. I haven't created a. Oh, there's GFNG movies. Oh, those assholes. This probably because I used to work at a video store, so somebody probably got in my head when I'm sleeping, and fucking assholes. I got hacked. So, all right.
Stay away, Submono.
Where do we find you, Derek? All these.
You can find me on Mixer, mixer.com/Blaise Xperience. You can find me via email, theblaisexperience@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter or my Xbox gamer tag, which is at Blaise Xperience, BLAISE, capital XPERIENCE.
Nice.
Wait. What about you, Mr. GFNG?
Well, you can find me on the GFNG podcast for good effing games, or on Xbox, PS4, SoundCloud, all this shit under Penpoint Red, PENPOINTRED. Just like I mostly like playing Titanfall and Gears of War, so hit me up on those. I also like to play some Halo 5, Warzone Firefight is my other just like de-stressor. So but yeah, I'm always down the game. So yeah, hit me up, shoot me a message.
Little Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. I also I need to form a team of Deep Rock Galactic to kind of like, kind of compete with you guys on the job bring-in scale or whatever. So any Horrible Gamer listeners, if you guys are playing Deep Rock on the Xbox and want to play with people, yeah, hit me up. We need to form up maybe an HGP Xbox team or something. So yeah.
Get in there and dig. All right. Over there on the PlayStation, John, I think you could find me over there on HGP Gunny. If I remember
HGP
correctly.
Gunny. Yep.
HGP Gunny, that's it. Over there on the Xbox, Gunny Chief. On Steam, Gunny Chief. On Twitter, Gunny Chief. Nowhere else. That's it. We're done. What does Jesus? What does Gidget say, Jesus?
Good idea. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We're out of here. Have a good night. So, next
idea. Good morning.
Horrible
You're
Gamers podcast. Goodbye.
Hey.
Bye, everyone.